Yamwache mu akwa Badwam TV Badwam dwumade yi eso ye de awurade ase se ode enhya ase na wochi ode abewie efieda ye da na se Badwam dwumade no anana wo hwe no de edu so no ye Badwam kase ensam no ne obetie wo mu bi eni adwadifo ye won kran ena ye de ena de kosi binada ma wo mo edi dwa wo kwan no ho no obi anso ho ente sa ye de force be yi mo afri ho ye de ho nsam no ebebra mo Ghana Yampani John Dramani Mahama so se wobehwe na kwantempo akese no a yenwie ye no omo ebehwe awie no ne nsem bi na no pai mede bro Adom TV Badwam kase o share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV 119 DSTV 280 ko YouTube search Adom TV 2 kwadomonline.com nsem weni nsem bebre so ewo ho midi de afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni DMT said and some chemu ankasa etie sabeye na traffic enum ni ade nipa de ne ka de ebeba fom kura won kran ne mpota munti Accra Metropolitan Assembly Penny Michael Pakpo Alote ese free ne yade ekosi dabnada 20th May no obi a wote kwan ho mpo ho asema wasesa ne ma ne free ho no mo sebeya ekwan mu betie ama obi a nya no ho ente sa wode nhye ene ba betumu nyina free ho akase no etoso
na ye kan se wo hwe ya kwan no so a kofo omoton niama ebi e Nigeria fo ebi omunya begu kwan no so a wo hwe niama amoya emfata na ye ntwe ma bibi nsi se me yo atrase ma obi ewu me ntwe ma ni nsi nti me pa mocho se na ya kan dada wo nkremu no aya kan obrofo no Tuesday ye ba abesiesi korum na wa onim se bibia oti no enye no twu free wo asan edu ho because me ba since I swim in me promise bibia me nyeye se journalist for beka me ni omun kasa promise hwe. This is the first promise I'm making and promise now me you know I'll stand by it.
Yet also ye Mampani John Dramani Mahama se enche cabinet wono mo ebeje atumu na fei ya kwan niema hudo bi ewo hono mu a ewo se no edi kan wo ye bibia mu a ye friend is a big push infrastructure project na emu ensam no bi ene te se Accra Takrade Accra Kumase Accra Aplawo sa kwan ni nyina wo mo eba be ye no double na timi aboa ma eso kono ayeboko ama 24 ni ahyenkafo.
Cabinet will soon approve priority projects under the Big Push infrastructural program. Understandably, a significant number of these priority projects will be in the road sector. These works include the dualization of major highways, including the Accra-Kumasi, Accra-Takrade, Accra-Aflawo roads. We'll also tackle major bridges such as the Dambai Bridge, the Chiamanfrom Bridge, rehabilitation of the Bupe Bridge, Daboya Bridge, and Yape bridges. We're also designing a new expressway between Accra and Kumasi, which will reduce the travel time between the two largest cities in Ghana to about 2.5 hours.
Ekasaye mu no wadi to just say wonom ayen hyehye edu akire ya contractors a wonom eyi sa akwan nyina no obema wonom akade sebia obetumi aye wonom adwuma entem.
These roads will not only enhance trade and transport, but they will also stimulate cross-border business and revive economic activity. Equally, we'll upgrade roads in the Wa East, Nadoli, Dafema Buse, Isa, and Sisala East districts to improve access to markets, schools, and health facilities. Work will begin very soon. In a few months, you'll see contractors on all these roads because the money has been provided in the budget.
Adom TV Badwam kase na oguso hwe na Tantra Hill underpass no ya free Ben and Seni abomo amane said ye hono adwiraguo nom ne ade ene ho hawa e de beja man yakoho adehye bi akasa fa ho
2 months ni ena me ntamfa ha ba me fa ha na me hu se ade no I started what the other end ho no ba wo hwe a edwirigu saa no a eno nenam so ma staff ntumi nya kwan twetwa iron rod no nti efini say ekɔ no nyina ya de a start se anhwe ni ya te say ha na dwira gu no ama ekwan ne thickness no so ate senke se ka bi pimpa e beto aba beto inner lane ha maybe amegye ye inner lane nti ye besrem panfo say ye hu ya yaka ho asem animanim ya se bibi o ho a e beto na ya fa ho a ne ya ye ene the other side no so ameka say omayi dade na water west for e dey om servicing e ye round e was a metal no omayi ama nen nansa ka bi kura ba beto mu ka beto ma ye nti say no was the blocks ena egu o se na be ye obi ba obon say hodom no hole bi da hodom ya James Ade ekoso ha no aha tantra here
Institution of Engineering and Technology editor Mampani John Dramani Mahama ni mo se eye board ahodo no ontete ne ntem se be ya won mo adwuma no on betumi aye ne ntem na abo nso ama ban hyehye nani so de huno no on say tumi aka president de makuo no ye Henry Kojobuaten ono ne de nsemi etuja
ministries and agencies and departments no as a boss no were in place to take a certain decisions. Even those appointments, no, the chief executives and other appointments now, the as a board no confirm and some major decisions as a board no and approval. It is a board no a having. If you're engineering council, for instance, before engineer can be licensed, no, I'm say ELBIS. IET and other sister institution GHI, you know, engineers, no, examine take them through the appropriate process. After that, they are submitting names to the engineering council. The engineering council, the subcommittee, that the license committee, normal say they are all qualified and sign a issue license. Board no ni wa send you intimate and coso. Because there is no committee and who apart from the registrar no, because the minister no, you can't vet all these things and give approval. So the board must be in place. Into a hardwing. It's part of last year. Almost inaugurated. Almost submitting. I didn't call lances no. For lances no. Intimi and because of the change of now they have not been licensed, which is not fair. Because Odipana go through all the process. Do it my balances, no board no egu. So there's no committee in place to vet and recommend for the council to issue out the license. And spending and still this June we are going to induct a number of engineers as well, engineering practitioners as well. And the board is not in place. Beyond America, say even PPA. Which is a very critical, yes, very critical institution.
Yeah, no, so Adom TV, Badwam Kasiana Hana Brema Quina no pay a dear sea, Yada Simreni Adaje, I would admire Yakwaba, na ye did a bonkratane online dear no, Atwaso, Yenche. CBM Samuel kwa Badom TV Badwam dwumadie yi eso ne titiri wo afei na wo de wa fidie no ato ha na se waso TV ne mo achekra ene fie da no pa de anwom no na ye de jeje mu a kwesi se nsian bopa ho sima aduonum no ye de kase no ebrewo a ye wie abegina ha ye de bonkrata no etoso e de amount ye mo ache ye mo akwaba ye da se pa na wotwe mu ne ye ya na akora bedu sabre yentimi amodi afache ye nanso wa wo hwe no ye ni so ye da se papa na radio fosu 97.1 ye chiamo ye mamu ache sonko se mode mo channel no so ato ha na mutie de bonkrata no ene online stories no eka ye chiamo papa CEO ora Alfred amo woni wadwuma efo no pe ye chiamo pa ye da se ye behwe se mrebe mu a ye betimi abie phone lines no na fe ya hwe weekend no say dwumadie no say na ekro no activities no say na fe yaje enomo ensem na nsa na no yebekwa adomonline.com na yakwa akohwe say de ensem no etie na hye no so say rekase edu buadi beba sika weekend e bia na niam bi de wani so adwuma bi wo ho e wo so wo ye Kofo ne di ne peche Mr. Star 281 hash star 281 hash option ne 4 twani sesia na obenya 1000 edi yesra mu ani die mu a siko sika no obi mfra wo se fa we bra ne ndobo no mawo yenye saa so wutwa pe eda wo momo no so wallet no madamu ne afra ne ne wakasa monhwa na obi amumu in the name of siko sika say 500 bra beje 1000 ni to debi enye saa na ye no yesre mo pa o sa de ni kɔ nanim na ye ankofo die ni ti ya no nso so hye akire hɔ no mo bu nkofo fa so Mr. Mempesa wo be victim nti tie ni ye se wutwa na wudi a sika na dam obi nsa mfra wo ba bi se fa we bra na asa na wanya we yenya ne saa eni die mu a yesre mo papa mo me nhye no nso because ya che ya bo hu dawro na che nti me hu de nti a enei obi bebu wo mumie ni na ho pa nti twa wo de ni sesi a star 281 hash star 281 hash option no eye 4 unya 4 no pe Adom TV ye nie Eric basisi ye wie ya hu say sports neighbor 1000 Ghana nti twa ni sesi e twa na obedi ebi mu adi ti wo su twa na obedi me da sesa wo ye ne sa me din de afia amankwa tamaklo ye chia obiem samu ache radio 90 radio fosu 97.1 yama mo ache biem na yenhwe badwamonline.com ene nsem eda ho bi eni bogoso pristia mind crisis na workers no one much nkrata na won dia komo swafo no enimanimi ya no wonye bibi emfa ho tem na entumi emwa wo mu nti wohwa wo mu foni so na eda ni mo hai na yenkonsam foforo mu ye yapomdi mu ensem Ghana Health Service mpanifo confirm say mpox yenya 2 cases ewo eye enkran mpox ai uhemfoni na hu se ne ma bia google mesrew uhu rushes binom ne ade a wonte ase uhu be bia fira ntam no a ko hospital ntam nti mpox cases in Accra 2 confirmed cases in Accra nti eno so badwamonline.com eno so ewo ho ena afei also let's celebrate city gains and support economic progress nana ya jantoa ena kasei ono wo mampani atna ye said ye city ne ya akono no yenken no yemfa hwahwa ye ho ne yenye ne ye ne betumi aboa akoso amana ya akono no aha nti ho asem ena eno so nana ya jantoa de auto edwen. Yes, 2024 no emuntu abowo ye abato mu no polisi ni bi resign ye ekwaye campaign den ede ma mampani John Dramani Mahama enne yaboni din se Akuapem North MC ya confirm ekuranya yaboni din ya confirm se ono eye Akuapem North MC nti kwa adomonline.com obia obetumi ahunu ni mfoni na afi wakenkan nensam no so said etie sanso ana de wani mo haye business news or say pay for power or face disconnection energy minister na warn government agencies no ka isi didi nyina ya banfo no aban adwumayefo no soso esi na jejja ne ma na si so ka ne ba no ma yiwoni wo be wie wo a utua 100 ni 200 no ne disconnect o nti we the minister na anum ni tua enti say be disconnect o because ye use na no an ye di tua de ye service machines na ma ye nyina ho den no enti adwumayefo aban adwumayefo aban nyuma hodo akese mu ne mo ho so ho na mu ntua no se bibi touch ma wo ECG no ho a sika na ahia ya individual homes no ahia na ye use kakra bi Thomas wato 100 beguso a 1 month osubonso ato 50 3 weeks so ho cause niam kakra bia nhede ni ho sa enti no na minister ate warning pa yeso mu mieni so na efia da ma me phone lines no e medofo na yente won kakra so ho maya de dodo ya ni somo pa enti bia wodo headline beba hu uba no aye ni ntientem ya ne short brief a etime boa me enya nipa dodo no anso so yeda mo ase 030227 0302 211-701, 702, 703-704, 0302-211, 701, 702, 703, 704. Middle for your channel. Now also odo headline or abenye ntiem de ekoso bia enye obetwe mpanifo adwen asisuo no ode ba na eno so said omu tie na omo atu ho anamo yada se ewie pe na gudie mu nsam Eric Sedu wadi aba health tips na wotwe mu nyina ya yakasa afa myopia ho sister Sunday bi oye guy ode ahosepe beba na afi akwasi enkomo ba ku mienu bi na mpensem no ato aso abode wo so abode no pay ye mo ache
me jesu mi no ba hia ana pa ho afa dodo
me da se pa papa e da se o we study e da se
sia ana pe de me ka sa tintin bia na weekend de nyame adom ya tia nyankopando e seyi na week ni nyina na komuna se Ghana kwa adwo ni me ho bibi o ma yan kan bibiri e kan ka se me je ka se ba yi e no chesika chesika ye di dollars Ghana ha dollars ki chess ku fi Ghana ni ade inti o chebisika na mo ka ma se na ko se mo se ma protu e so e mo e de ne kwa no inti fa so ye Ghana ha waji never did pay kwa so bi kwa so
yeah that's inti ya obo afon so Brian no pay mo ache mo akwaba
me yo so
Yankopo adom ye ho ye papa yeda se wada ma yentie we
o de one o ma hin ko ga sanche na me shira mo papa
ene de me ni akwasi na wa ha o
na ni akwasi na o
ai
na ya ba akwasi so aba sma ho ya de
advete
na de me kan de se o ma mo chitru asobo for ye Roman fathers because ebra na akufado amamo ya do kwawe e say omo ye demonstration say issue ye say issue na say no omo hu ana say no omo
omo na so ka ho asa
omo ye demonstration say akufado ama issue say na me busha say na omampene mama bae na ensure ne say more omo ana so omo
okay
omo hu dia omo mla out so de omampene akufado tamba out ebe yes a demonstration omo nye bi ma ye hu say omo de nukure na eye adwu
yeah that's say papa Joe so Joe anope ye mo ache mo akwaba Yolo TV no yes pa Libyan papa let me say Joe nya ye dia mamenko na yeah Joe waso na ye mo akwaba enti ye ne no ano no enti sabrede ai ora JP Jordan Bismarck apesinsia aba wa jina home papa sa boy no wa jina home JP emo akwabe how you look fresh yes I know what brand say tam when a friend who be discovered that G unzo abrejo wa ho me anyo oh why fine
boko de da
Yankopo adom mehu yiso de ani je ne mo
yakoba ese no masesa ene memu
wo che kura ka baba na ye free ha
mo free akwa
sa wo che kakra bi ka ho ka baba na ye ko
ye de amiase
nte ne de edawso adaroma enya no kura sapa ayi wa ha brapa ni wa hankesi mini be wie simple nti ene wa ba di
obi a wachi be na hwe be da ase
so na na ma
hwe bedwem sitinam so ye da mo nyina ase
na suba we na dia
ana wantie no
koso ore koso
se bia pokode
koso
bibia hye
ye esa me catch us wa ba di da so nti no esa wa fa di
so se brapa ni wa ha ko be ye enam so you what kind ye be ne de ana ni nyina want
da be esa o ti go straight o afia woni ha wada mi wie ya sa ne a wo kasa sa be ma na wo de asa o de number bi ya be hwe ne sai
na me nsi nsu mansan maham
na wo fifie ba wa nsi manza
na nyare
da so enkoso
Oh, nice. And someone is here. When I say, someone is okay, I'm fat the Bokata into a daily graphic the Bokata and so and the or the Abla Jifa Goma Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts and Funi Abam. I say Ghanaian theatre goes global. Ghana must go response to big push initiative. And the Ghana theatre there's a they say I couldn't be a
That's a big push, you know.
Yes.
News in Mukra de Basi. See, Mampeni say very soon cabinet be approving project be or honoma. I see a man a priority. Like to say Accra Kumasi Kwine and I was say Takra Day and a flower a quino. Like I was say I did go I was a yenny tea and say free home. And say be so and mammy
yes, you call your creative art with your skull.
Yeah, pa.
And the employment in a one's no s cause offer camera bakua nipa be employment nipa bebre ye movie industry so nipa bebre old faces near ho ache that be make say Nigeria movie the entie ma ohwe a enfon corner say you are virtually able to see new faces say Ramsey Noah mo a time ko Mercy Johnson mo eko Charles Enojimo eko you see say afede ohunu sa some name other guys no ekrope na mbisa say after Kofi Ajololo after Van Vicker after Jackie Apia
Nadia
Boari ho amu biem ne betimi aka say ye hodi ye movie industry Lewin no afede oni ejako no asere we na Lewin be mo na we no horizon temtiama wa hwa so oni ejako no e ya kweseten pa ntia so mo so no eso wo Lewin na so after Lewin ejako who next so I think that is where was say ye boa na ye sika e hye e hodom e ye deliberate Nigeria de no e ye deliberate by the government of Nigeria say we so betimi ama sika we so betimi aboa a reduce unemployment etimi sika e hye hodom mu a me de beko because me nya faso enampa enehwe say Nigeria movie ba ko to won mafia hwe the number of views we are number 4
catch 5 days 1.5 million.
We are no big catch say because of the numbers na Nigeria one. Yes I know but DNA here one man shifu. Not Casabe now too.
Yes.
But I can na what shifu mu no. Any translation e papa no. Ya pen him the former translation no. Ni ampo bia we GHS you think kwanche e fi se e hwe kakra bi ti ho.
No.
Wakoye a translation basa binti no. Enti na me move baby nim ko outside no. A discussion with you I'm telling you. For so ti ma me jifa ba me fa a Ghanaian time say enyeti me your so na ka say. Say ni nwa no kuma se na ye. Don so ba your so ye.
I knew so mo kra wa.
O si president the dear.
From now kwesi Tuesday dear.
Yes.
Wa would take one who be asesa.
Friwo.
Ansa no no abesa.
Ne badwiri ne ba na gu. Friwo ne badwiri ma no. Ediagu. Justin Kodia so the MPP bans internal campaigns until nominations open. So campaign say MPP kwan to say afobia etime campaign no. Mo bi anko party for kan just me pe general secretary me pe chairman me pe flag bearership. Impen for Emma ho ekwan esa. We will improve road networks President Mahama so and I say. The Ghanaian Times anyway by here.
Yeah that say kwasi JP. Nti yem fancy ha Radio 44 ya chia monda mo sepa media fear Amankwa Tamaklo, many JP Jordan Bismarck, Apasinsia Boatin, and your son man of pay. Ya kwasa baby, na good your mon son Eric said body at Wasso.
Right, fantastic morning. Thank God it's Friday. And now you feel that Bojaye. Yabande ni abano paiso. Yesi akonkonje ho bambamba ne yo. Emra so said ya good ye munsam bro say Badwam ko kansie. Franco Trading Enterprise phone papa fie na de yesi akonkom ye de ba. Franco Trading Enterprise. Then of course Malta Guinness. Yes, no matter the occasion, Makasha proudly made in Ghana, and there's a man occasion. That's now says something they there rather so homo and ejemo Malta Guinness day there. Maybe more fridge the munya ho what they say for no when we say yes when you be e ofie ho. Ya kwa ni ma make am asem e dey actually na dey see akonkom ye den sam no e bro. Kashen so on the 31st of May. Yegina Yeshia ewo T Havana, Tema Community 9. Baby, I will be our hemi. Tema Community 9. The final of the UEFA Champions League. I want to share one. The Asempe FM UCL Fun Day. And on the day, you shall no pa non cron. Near ye, and I do. I'll be able to say, oh, I'm tired. Let me go and sleep. Onka swa bra yenya ye sanse bobor ni wie kura ye san boswa atola tifiti no pane kono ya gudi ahodro ye tospa ye boludu ye bo basketball ye arm wrestling eating competition what more be gni ante be do anwumani ya say so the commentary na san wo no live on Asempa and Adom FM and ye TV programs a hold on Adom TV Saturday shows thing na no ye be bra LT Havana Tema Community 9 enti me share Tema Community 9 ye mfa enhyehyɛ so na bibia into me enkoye. Yes, kawa. And that mecheska na say mencheska 1,000 Ghana cedis mienu. Director mecheska na mencheska na menhu sane. Fantastic. Star 281 hash. Wa select Adom TV na kwambia so no de kakra gu so 1,000 Ghana cedis. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Me kono me heuska anzana mako. Until we be now small man. Me no kase ya for kakra gum. Star 281 hash. Select Adom TV. Ba could be a 5 Ghana cedis. Ba could be a 5 Ghana cedis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now the gumu kosa anya dadia. O number no air door so mahini mu no. Na mahini no EUPA. Fantastic. Padi bo me producer. Keju wana kasa ni Eric Asi everybody. E be sha say fi Spain. Now Okopie mo Spain and nay Barcelona officially are champions of La Liga after Senra in the Catalan derby. You mutimi win 2-0 and Lamine Yamal was on form and yeah magic in rapper. Na nyasam ketu akra. Ultimu say yes na no ding and the I can't kono. Real Madrid dey dem pick into 2 games aka na ngosi hwe Barca team age league no dey say the match so anya sam keto akra and then Atletico Madrid dey ochire ni pepe 1 goal dey ade kokom ye ko ball 2-0 dream kwa won tiase by Cano and Betis ball 2-2 and Barca ball Espanyol by 2-0 the J League no Athletic Club Bilbao ball Getafe by 2-0 and Hansi Flick to me Aboama Barca to me age league no Yanko Spain, bra. So we ended the course in that particular game. Barca to me the J and the other game in Marseille now. Even if Real Madrid winning the next 2 games, Nimpo Krana Barca lose 2 now. The best Real Madrid beat my 84 points. No Benya Barca already 85 points. That and see Barca league champions. Shannon Sosa, Fama me Hormone and that Flick. On the manager the FC Barcelona say we're in a 10th title. As manager, what you say yes, waje Bundesliga am yenu DFB Pokal bako, DFL Super Cup, waje Champions League or bako, UEFA Super Cup or bako, Club World Cup or bako, Spanish Super Cup or bako, Spanish Copa del Rey waje, and La Liga waje, into a completely the domestic treble. That is the man Hans Dieter Flick. Football and one coaching. We na ma Real Madrid the 43 bumwa, almost say akwa nko na Brantiam Rani ade cut titles officially. Teams in Geo Spain, Real Madrid 103 titles. Barca 97 titles, and Athletic Bilbao 36 titles, Atletico Madrid 32, and Valencia 20. Now this weekend, Spain matches Bebaso, and I bet more relegation, more Champions League near the Real Betis, Atletico Madrid, and match mu bed both teams to score a ball Sunday, and Barcelona, Villarreal, Barca, Waje League near both teams to score a ball animal. Saturday Vigo no Rayo Vallecano. Saturday Vigo Rayo Vallecano. Ball Sunday Las Palmas. And then Leganes and the day so Mallorca and Getafe and so the Bueni we against the Basso Osasuna Tonsa Fresh Espanyol Real Sociedad and Girona and the day Bueni na fe Sevilla and Real Madrid and the Aboni Madrid League no Jeff in some way. Now Valencia and Athletic Club Bilbao and the Bueni in Tishan Sosa Efa and Mame and EPL matches all. If you are, then we go to the FA Cup final. It's Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, and Manchester United. And I to say yes, Southampton and Everton, West Ham United, Northern Forest, Brentford, Fulham, Leicester City, Ipswich Town, Arsenal, and Newcastle, and a day Bueni match we any bad cry. Arsenal, Newcastle United, a battle for the top 5. When we said 6 teams, and they called the Champions League from England. Into the battle for the top 5 and the winner of the Europa League. You know, I can't know Europe. Wow. Bundesliga, Southampton. Now, you got Bundesliga. Union Berlin, Augsburg, now Borussia Dortmund, Holstein Kiel, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Wolfsburg, Freiburg, Eintracht Frankfurt, Heidenheim, Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen Heidenheim Shannon so sa family we German Bundesliga yen kwani hwede other features in the German Bundesliga na yen kwanim yes Hoffenheim Bayern Munich in na ebo Bayern Wage League in dada now Mainz and Leverkusen and ebo Leipzig and Stuttgart St. Pauli and Bochum and the ebony award the Bundesliga ni this weekend Italian Serie A so etaraso say you know etaraso sa die bi no hwe 1 point between Inter Milan and Napoli. Atlanta qua way to Genoa. Cagliari in Venezia and a Pimso Fiorentina, Bologna, Hellas Verona and Como. Bologna Oji Italians Coppa Italia and Che Vim. Inter Milan Lazio. Wow. Juventus ni Udine, Lecce ni Torino, Monza Empoli, Parma ni Napoli, Roma and AC Milan. Wow. Yes, and I know one someone on Tishan so FM now. Malta Guinness can one pay yet in some bro Malta Guinness no matter the occasion but Malta Guinness any work ajene mo pet drink the air beer Malta Guinness we patch we move proudly made in Ghana Franco Trading Enterprise so can one pay na yet in some no at the bro now the 20 championship across Egypt now the final is set and Morocco aside do another final Morocco on South Africa na bebo on Sunday nke Ghana in the mwa very yankopon yentumi anko nti utimu say yes hardware pa na say ho enso asem no na yakwenim na yedwin tenko piem wo the GPL match day 31 na yehwese no so nsam esi ete honomo and Adriana Stars against Accra Lions Ochina 3 p.m. at Accra Sports Stadium consider Asante Kotoko Dreams FC Babanyara Brekum Chelsea House of Folk at the Golden City Park, Baseke Holy Stars, House of Lions, Karela and Redeem, and Vision, any Young Apostles, Summertex, any Bichim Nebo, Legon Cities, Nations, and at the airport, Nations Epe League, Nations Epe League, in the near Papa, Sanso, Nabibiani Gold Stars, and so Epe League, or no, or names what a man about this weekend only game. This is just half mammy because what a man, or you want to league in the Mundada, and they are not so much Sabano, and I can't. Games are hold on. Benjamin Asare or a goalkeeper, Edema Accra Suffolk or Kasa ahead of a game against Brekum Chelsea.
Officer, yeah, once our team near big club, there's also a show up there. Any match we are betting, like I say, is a match. And so, we share patient training, we are a camera. Although says we are fighting, say, we are nice, not on our way. Oh, David Pesha and Dia, so now, so the AI can say, born here, born here, and me check when plan there, so far, training session, we are 100%.
Wow, and only Asare de Tuja. But this weekend, the Women's FA Cup final is on. Samsung Women's Premier League final is also on. And FA Cup, Jonina ladies, how many fifth ladies neighbor at 3 p.m. Nafe, we are manager in Swabaso between Pem Dakwa and the police ladies at 6 p.m. on Sunday. It's 3 p.m. FA Cup, 6 p.m. and the Premier League final. It's a women's football festival. And yeah, bad crack. Now, ahead of that game between police ladies and Pem Dakwano, head coach at the police ladies say Abu Kasim was a Kwambia so and Yabre of a surgeon in the man born.
I know police very well. Every year we do play with them and we know them much.
We are relaxed. Yeah, we've learned from previous encounters, previous seasons that you don't have to be tensed. Of course, what we do here every day, what we have been doing in the league, is the same thing that we have to do in the final. So if we consider the final to be an extraordinary game, we find ourselves wanting. So I think in the past, due to lack of experience, for myself as a coach, that was my first time I found myself in such a situation. Now I have 2 finals behind me. This is the 3rd one. So I think we are going into this game much more relaxed, much more aware, much more conscious, much more experienced, with level up.
Wow, and only and some police ladies coach the two now. Coach Sarkodie, one of your head coach the man Pim Dakwan ladies ahead of a game and then some of the two journey.
I know police very well. And we have been playing with them every year. We do play with them and we know them much. So it doesn't scare us. It doesn't scare us. We know the team that we are.
Wow, the Women's Football Festival in Bebasso this weekend. And Pioneer Jackra, and that is a beautiful initiative. Malta Guinness at the Manabon, only sponsors, Malta Guinness, Damasiensa, sponsors in New York. To more Germanabon, and the Simonia, my idea, pa, Malta Guinness, papa, my idea. And this weekend, a bigger and better pa, and some get to a crowd. Malta Guinness came one of Pena. Yet in some eyebrows, answer and Franco Train Enterprise, no matter the phone. Obenya bio Franco. San so na appliance be open. Obenya bio Franco. The answer be from 0246 422338 0246 422338 and at 0555 939 311 0555 939 311. We are Franco for one more number. CCTV camera and for judge atuno and yasam get to a yes. And upon me first draw, na me mo ska kakra ngu bottom. Star 281 hash. Adom TV. You see the Adom TV? Yes. Nothing no. What the kakra gu so. You be say number of tickets me pacho bo 1, 2 and 3 and waku 5. You be say number of tickets. Do ko chro 5 no. Eh to makuma 5 nti makuma 5 no 5 times 5. And you be say do apeso wo ye na why in tempa so me hwe na minum but minum ya betimi de biagum minum ya betimi de kakra gum minum yeah now 5 4 3 2 1 kinkring panyan eso 0249831 dot abetom wo fia wa won say o phone no eso pick Iza, well, I was easy. Yes, my friend. My friend say la. I'm a wala be chwanum. Aha, be chwanum kakra. Nia dia. And the premier Mr. James Wafia Kenton of Kenton Furniture, Kent Homes and Kent Kitchen. Mr. James Wafia Kenton. Kent Homes in there. Danitria. Correct pa. Kenton Furniture so record Kent's Kitchen, fantastic morning, Mr. James Wafia only workers now for the good job you guys are doing. Yamishamo, Wakiti employment, and many pim. Why are they? Mr. James Wafia Kenton. But you would do more pioneer, fantastic morning going out to you. Why not the Mexicano? Why and not the Mexicano? Yeah, frofa. Hello, good morning, congratulations.
Good morning, Sika.
Trinity. Near Frosty.
Yeah, friend me Nana Kofi.
Nana Okasa wa insisi ya.
Me kasa free sunyanya bifu.
Sunyane. Ucha saying?
Me 50 CDs.
Wow.
If you kasa yin twa me share fear dressing African wear and I'm still abaya no din cerebre me cha.
Etu twa bom ana o chichemu.
Oh, me trouble me. Selective.
Wow.
Option 4 and me trouble.
Ahina abetom
1,000 Ghana cedis.
Anopay when
you could just school fees.
How do you go to school fees?
Aye.
Wow, that's nice. Congratulations. Where your first time I be on?
Yeah, my first time. Last week me try and
Olaka shine. No libilibi, no labalaba. When you di, oswa nejidina, ana wacha. Why? Na kwa biya so I said, wait masa di bima. Thank you so much. We aye winner ne. Also wait me di bi. Yenye your back why yes ambaye. Star 281 hash. Select Adom TV. Nefa bi gumune diska fagu boto. Padi bo me producer. Ya na wakaide nanka sanka kejuwa na hwe. Eric asi do bodi ni enako ye fieda. Timidia pomudi unsa mafia man kwa shala or the wompe. Sister Sunday be a guy beto aso. Koso hebedwem.
so me mo akwa Badom TV Badwam Health Tips eso na wochi me asuade bebre ti enne de etwa to a de ebeni channel so dog de number no so to ho ya frɛ no nye ni nyina na ye beka de wo frɛ no a na wono wato so e wo ho ye hwe ye ni no eye pa myopia na wochi ye de ho nkomo a ye de abedru ene faseda my point mame ne kɔ ne ho kwaje wa ya rehwe me wo Frederick Optical Service ene Dr. Penny Rachel Kusiakosa ene edi nkomo na wochi nti yeto aye nkomo no so ene dog ye na wasipa mreni adaje a wonyama ya bribia ye ba ho a na wochi mu so waboa ye myopia that's it ene ye ntwato okra boni nyina to fach ema ye na fe ye nhwe ne kwakra nso se obi hia contact lens a ze obi a ne bi dida mani num ne ade myopia ye monitor fa na fe ye ntwaso
yo me that say ya can na watch mu from Monday say myopia ye short sightedness just said ade ben wa uhu nipa ben wa uhu but sade ne kwa achi a say classroom say driving say doing uhu ne ye ya can say conditioner hereditary just say yetime de wo ana say bi wo so mpo na excessive near work etime de ba ahanti eno so ne ne ma etime de ba ya can say o screen take just mama wani no akra obeko TV ho ana say wo driver wo hu ne ye bi won pa dizziness headache ni na eye conditions a myopia etime edeba
okay enti ene ye fa we mewura mu say contact lens obi ahia bi
safia me da say myopia solutions no number 1 air glasses.
Okay.
Yes, or what air glasses. Just a mouse first, no idea.
Okay.
The second option is a contact lens.
Oh, okay.
Contact lens, so no, this a fear. A Badwam, we want a prescription a high. Sabio say high son, and then be an take lens, and you're fine.
Okay.
Every crowd your bar. Bema beba on chan, the wire the enough for that be a take contact take glasses in here. Some way.
Okay.
And the contact lens is an option I demand for. But contact no, it depended. One, we will be a winning cow dada.
Okay.
Yeah, last time be about when it cow contact lens and shadamwa.
Okay.
Baby, our year juma dust and that's a dryness or and that's heat too much or emwa. But on a normal day, no, it's made the contact a treaty, myopia, emania kama. You bet you say with a pass or besheno, and I be our best in many way.
Oh, Sunny, no. Any way do mason.
I juma.
Wow.
Quant what about two on Sasso? Better on the pebby, I will be another two and so. And you ran oh, sister Fia. A juma be why I want me for contact lens in here. What you I want me for a fence and space. What you may say, take space, there be a more. It will be a footballer. Or your actress, or you say, on bed contact, man, watch and come.
Okay, and say, who say, bitch, should be in your life, I can come.
It most of the life with the final cosmetic. Also, or Felisa and need color on pay.
Okay.
It was shy and ma, the beauty neighbor. Into your colors, various be a brown,
and better medicated one on our be for life for the
and no, dear, yeah, not a proper meter.
Oh, okay.
Because it most they prescribe one more the color machine. It's womb, but obi up a hot colors, up a blue because be an actress and that's a be alternative and but on a normal day no. It's in my no can be blended camera.
Okay.
We person we can't we say contact and should anya mankra. Akra odina bano. Obede ehu contact ashe eyi. So much of the time we say we are 18 years university level no. Obet me ashe na de eyi because hygiene is very important.
Yeah. What can hygiene? Obe she be so wash on
obe watching papa.
Okay.
Eni se pepper ni soap
ni bia. So wa wani ebe ko wani keke.
Yeah.
Nti no ni mienu nyina and it depends on baby what problem.
Two ni nyina.
So she two ni nyina.
Two ni nyina because it depended because e bia wani no color wo na se wan she two ni nyina. When we color.
Yeah, okay.
So most of the time two eyes in addition. A few times it ma ba ko pe mum. And so what ne purpose yeah.
No me your number no. Na what you wire there na me sure na wo mo anya ho ahwe no e na wo ma hwe wo mo fro na ne wo mo nkasa.
My number is 0244982821 0244982821. That's it.
Dr. Rachel Kusiakosa na yete ne nka na wo twi wa kire yade bebre stro kwa kire ne kotie biem the number no de ma ye no frɛ no yo wo hu condition bi ye ani no frɛ no wa bo kire wa daje obehwe kama ma ho ato
endpoint homeopathic clinic yenhia won na nke be dey awie bia prostate infertility issues kohwa wudie no mu infections ha madwen pa kwa endpoint no mu 0244867068 na wotwe besim se kwane ahoden ewo ha ebesehia
kwa babiem Badwam TV Badwam Jumedi so multimedia at 30 asedane ya wodia onso ka ho bi na dia bebre aba enso na ye hu nti se ya tenemu for 30 years na radi guso ehira ya medinu wo ho adwuma no ye na kama dia na ye moa yedamwase papa obia yedamwase na yebedi nkomo bi na mamenkai wo se Malta Guinness eno ana wadwama so pe Malta anomo dia make am for Malta Guinness dia mawo na difference na se Malta Guinness ban na bo emfimfin yellow no ano aye den ene ya tro ho proudly made in Ghana temesra so wo pe Malta no man tomato bi akeke nemum kope Malta Guinness proudly made in Ghana ya trouble ho na unsa kokosa de ne pop kese eba out pa yes obenum bi fi se B vitamins na yemumma wonomu anopakra se woni di kura na wo pa wonoma eboa ma wo energy level no cost so ye ohia ne so nya meat pa bia ka ho ne full meal na se wawia na sankura yi ko squee ye nya bi hye won mo bag mu no watumi anonom to tod doko bi ama wo ma keke hwe se obeto Malta Guinness de amano Malta Guinness remove ene fiada Dr. Sharp aginedwa awoni e ba bidim komahwe yarwa hodo a ofa abibiduro so e de sayen yare dog yemu akwa be
ejoso
na bia boko de
nyame adum bia boko
nyame ase adwuma mu so koyi
bibia ekoso oba ende Ghana de ade kia se na oto aso wansu a obesere
dog what are my yeti way
yeda ahefuro nyina ase ebi hweye ebi tieye ewo different yi so platform so mu nyina no ye chiachia no na ye mpai bo ne se da bia nka mo be ye moden but nya ni papa na wonya esan se ye wade bi wo no ma wo ye ne dan wo se eba na untimi enwane emfiri mu santi na da bia ye kwaso ane mo kasa no na ye kyerɛkyerɛ mo ne a nyankopɔn ade enam yeso eye abre ni abre bia ema nipa dasani no ne hoto no onse nipa se ye wo a o life no eye different wu nyini ni ade no enuoma bi timi san ba be hyiawo ewo wo kwan so a wo beje ohun abi wo no ma onye ena ye mpanyimfo ne wo ma ye yi na atu ne din se yawo ade anase yade yawo ade eba wo so a ema chese utimi ye congested anase mi hu se ne menka no chese bibia utimi eye bibia se yawa de ba oso a ma me papa wanhwe ya ponchi toilet kura na obi hunu ma on se na anu ma ebekwa se bia anhwe a obehunu anom ensanse wunimi yade ntia ne ede yade ma nkrofo fam no eye nioma bebre na nkane papa mu ne se wako ebia kinsu se me kwa akoto ebia we sei ewo se omutimi de ade no ma se omantimi amfa ade na amawa ana omde ma na enya that means ububefu pa ene nka eyeska ketu abi kura nka ba ma obi a de be ate wo nka sa na tie sa ne de ba yensu ye dwumadie ma eti se obi yaw ade no betimi aba ebetimi ate obi a intimi me wonu se me ye ade e de ama obi a yaresa mehwe ni ye se me mu nipa na po ana se me na ada no ade a me ntimi nya no me nka se metimi ye because udi agro ade bia wo ye bia no wo be hu se wanhwe a eno so na sa ade no ebese afa na ade anyaw meme wani aduro a eye quick na ani no se ebo na epecha me de ande aduro na ye enye ye entimi ye obi ani aduro ama na medwere ho ade kwa akire nyame suro wo me mu me de sa dwumadie no etu ho anamo eye manipa no e deliver the man pepepe ma me papa bebre ato o musika agu bebre ya de enti no Womo akọ up and down. Ebitimi free abrochire ba. Esan kọ ne ho ntọ no. Ebitimi ewa ekọ abrochire eba ne ho ntọ no. Eyensem bebre. Man papa ebia onte Dr. Sharp the demon chase anka. Bruni ba mi free nkransa ye free ne kranka sunsum ne tumi ne anwode ewo me so. Ebia na wonya nhia ye da. Da bia ne obi nie nyame eye na dom ema ni hu bibi. Obi okura empire start dwumade bebrebe nyina. Wonte Dr. Sharp din kura da o. Ena onam na owo ntwetwede ena obre. Mame papa da bia ye kasa ansem we se kirew. Ye nya duro oga na anu moma bibia entimi ensi anase emfa bad resource ma yenim eniom tumi ni anwode anyame de amaye eni haban ye kita ngiye nka nkire o se ya ye drama no me pato obi anu no betima use sa wede no ege se Dr. Sharp nkoa se bia wa ye drama na anye ya wonim na duro wonim ni obeka bia no me pato owo hu aduro sa na tie ngiye ntimi nkire o se bra na betwen wa Adom TV animu ha fa nipa no bra nipa na wosia ya ama na wo se antima nyi no fa no bra Adom TV animu ha no na fa na betwen ntiri ye ba ye wura ha no ma mpa acha mo wa ha wo no squad mo wa ubetimi dia police fu nyina aka na kese Sharp fraud nkrofo no me pa acha ebi ntimi nsida ma me san ka se mo we se nkire me maduro ye no anansesam nim me mpa anansesam na afe ye drama na wakotie bibi so na se mpa cho ye nya sa ma men ka so nkire the spirit na che spirit se wo ya ade ne dia wo start ye na wo se utimi ye ma me papa sa na tie obi biara enu onuma obetimi afre se afia me ba no me start ba me se obi fro krampo wo de ye program bia obi fre o sese a me ma obe ye 500 million kan semanfa no attack me o TV no so se wate ne me unya bi da wanga na kura unya gise bia me na me se me de bibi be chode ye journalist bebre wo man mu a ya shombo binum 4 years ebi mu de nipa basa o de no ba me deliver the end the amount sa na tie Mama papa Dr. Sharp na ye the most promised spiritual center in West Africa me ba to sa na tie sesia otiso tie wo ya de we bia enha ho emfa nkochiri mre oba me hono na se anye ya message you see come mercy mo 15,000 Ghana cedis e dey account because my waste of time mama papa tie obi ya de atwere epilepsy edi mfie senya ye ma ebekọ ye duro nchiri hwe ye ma waduro an wa start di aduane bia obi ho no ma ya de ba ko ye tuale nuane be 50 ana 50 me ba ke ohun ni oni akase nsuo nko anom be prescribe ama na gese ade no etwa short wo enu a ye ma ebekọ stroke ye ekọ asthma ye ma ebekọ bia di yes sen breast cancer me ba ke ye ma ebekọ wo kidney problem ye ma ebekọ ho in heart kidney problem wo da dialysis so a me pa cho me ye ma ebekọ asem na me ka kire no mba cho da bia me kam anum na nya TV ketuwa wo ana se wo tie nka o ba bia wa hwe ye o ba bi na bia wa nya kwan wo no mpa cho tim betwen wa Adom ha because ye Dr. Sharp kro na ye nwane liver problem ye ma ebekọ diabetes me pa cho ye ma wa 1 hour time ye ma odi asikire cancer ye maneko o se ye maneko ye eye problem wani na afira kora emfansi mi ho so ekuro me ye pressure me pa cho ye awo problem ye hepatitis madness obi abodama me pa cho me use 6 minutes pe ana de tedam no e de free nipa no ne so ma me papa sa na tie uba na eno no utuo sika nyina me pa cho ye be ye no at once ya de ama 6 minutes pe na on say nipa ni bi ye bad yo wo beba no me wonom no ya waduro nti no ya galo ni o ya ma we ya bia na ni sika no esua nti no wo no de man ne ho to ne kakra bia na kese wadwane enra say your operation wo me ho what ya say obi onum a watwa atu Germany ade ne ho what ya say waje aduro na wo ye no be 3 weeks ni wonsi ho nti e ba sa de metima sa de ka ne bia ka ho what ya say no I stubborn no we police no so je me de be ka ho me office ho na me ye adwuma what ne me chon ma me papa apart from no bi anu anum biem yade no etesa dien na ewodin ya modi wa anuma enche se ye ni ho aduro me pa twa ye wo ho aduro wo ye chinyegefo hwem bibi ahawache yade awache wo fra ye a enya nioma ni nyina na TV no so ma ye kwa se ye nka nti wo fra ye nya ye betimi akero se ye si ye na ya nka ni TV no so na ye ba na nye ye no so be twen wa wo se papa na ka se se what ya say papa na ka se bra na ukoye na anyeyi mam papa uba me onuma me wo kasoa fa kasoa ka so besi wo kasoa overhead na se usu overhead na se a but of ka eco new market na ka so besi wo ADB bank usi eni pa bia wo ADB bank na ni monma ka chen se wo Dr. Sharp wo me consultation 200 Ghana cedis uba boa ho me mo waduro no na utuetue sika no nkakra odi bi beto ase ansa numbers in the TV no so no da bia mate ba akora chema me mfa WhatsApp de no emumu entu dwane 020 489 74 54 020 489 74 54
that's it
ofra eno no eye WhatsApp ofra abrochirefo nso omofra yi ye befa mo course no wo ye na anye ye ja voice na me nshirawo
ye da say Dr. Sharp na yete no enka no na me kai wo Sagana Horticulture Expo 2025 no ebeba so nyame yadoma 11 to 13th June 2025 wo Accra Conference Center na Horticulture Expo 2025 eho na fruit vegetables technology ne ho niema nyina yebeda no adie ti baby a wo hweme wutie mi bia no se wo pese wo hunu businesses no se bia wo do bie na wo pese wo kra ana wo pese wo de ekono sa Horticulture Expo 2025 yes oba se bie na dwumadie Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters wo mo ne Ghana Exports Promotion Authority ena aka bomode eba dwumaku eso wo no masene Ghana Exim Bank, Fidelity Bank, GIRSAL, Agromonti, and afe GIZ. Joy Business, one any official media partner, one more ebo ho edero. Jumadi otitini ye beba beka sasye, man Penny John Dramani, Mahaman, tie be a making, now so pesa would do a jaton dear cordano, kobo ho dero exhibitors na making. For 0243 45 7783, 0243 45 7783 and 0535 224555. Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025, growing Ghana, exporting excellence. Malta Guinness, we move. Made off Mr. Okopebinum. Now, who difference, no? So, per Malta, no man, Tomot be a keke, Cassa per Malta Guinness. It should be a simple, baby, I'll never be out to me a be a sonum. You answer at Shelley Cacran when you meet back, and one or pay fat. And your breakfast na wabunse wonu no Malta Guinness no channel so say B vitamins ahodo no wo ma beboa wasiesie ni pedua no nkra no ikoskua anya bi ma wo mo wo bewuru selebo na ebo ho no proudly made in Ghana bo ho and na yellow na no odin akokosrade kama fefefe nti wunya bi eboa Malta Guinness we move yabusia yi edi wo no mo awoda yen celebrate wo mo awade ayade eguso ahira ne ma Inti yene ye one more da ye no mo ni da no strong kon. Happy birthday nkoma senior pastor Reverend Maxwell Paul Kwesi Ngabe. Reverend Maxwell Paul Kwesi Ngabe. One of for Penida Covenant Miracle Church International media team no and I wish you a happy birthday. Nyaminipa onkwaso rade nkwaso amangosra no enye kese emma. Happy birthday nkoma Mavis Bedu onyamenti na nimu nkyerɛw na ɔhwɛ ɔso da wo ho masem OPD na ɛrehyɛ happy birthday nkoma Reverend Prophetess Felicia Sowa ɛwurade nhyira na ɔnyɛ ɔkɛseɛ kosi sɛ ɔbɛyɛ kɛse paa aha na bɛma kwan yɛn birthday celebrant ne yɛde sie dwumadie no nso sɛ metena mu di nkɔmmɔ no aha na mede si mede de afia Amankwa Tamaklo Sister Sunday B Oye guy, oye crowd de ahosepe etwaso.
Na ye ba wakwa mu bi ma na oni say world of entertainment. Gracias, Ramiro. World of entertainment, the Chagwood, your fata unino sumuno. Jadibi esomo. Meaning the Sandra or Hemi Ametiwa. As you may Yamiadum. Yamiadum entertainment, I may a Ghana for Chimoa. Mia Menegaido. What I say? We a guy. Bompire Kayan easy. I match a sorry in a bushia. Like playing easy. Hey! Yeah, sorry, I match be how many years, but still, I say, yeah, no one you come. I can't say you cry, eh? Nigga, we no one some day be PMwa. Ya can. Na no rest anya mia chiame, mia me did media no chiame, ma semba ya. Mia me toto me ho. Na wo say who say what the idea e be PMwa ha. We be busy. And I am person what I say a game. And your personal issue. De bia me ka. Se mu bi wo kwa me hu mu da. Na de bia me sa ka say industry wo mkwa me sister Sandy me ni adamfo bia wo industry no aka say oh madam funi wa asamba me ka bia ma na me nka bi ma there be bia ya me gina ne no kra bia the truth and nothing else, facts only, no personal grudges because I don't know you. It's that me asamba ya me toton ya mutimi sa ko comment section ase kosre ko di atem ya som responsibly or dokwan so ma som ola mi ke bom mo nyina sana do na tie na emom wo de eba ne e kan e ya gitum sa wate e ma re ho be di atem de me omudi matem za ma fa no e normal e agro tie ke yen konsem no so prek wate mole apostle get gangster enwa me ho na o tre me say sister about 9:30 p.m. Meko IG live. Now the album be banana minim say no ho asem kwa na nka wo koka. Sa amomu troli me nua na sa aka no. Ana me nua no ekotire mu. Wo kire mu o se nyame adom ne ho je. O ye very healthy. Sani me beka kire mu na no no. Sa guy no hwi ni ho eye no. Oh, we bia wonim no nyonyom na wotie bia social so na wonim no. Na ya nim na ye ben no ka kire wo say. Ne ho ye wo so still ne ho nye. Hey. Ah well. And no call life could tell you okay why.
Asema fa obi ho a e adwene ho. Cause anything will happen to anybody. Talking about my looks, bro, I'm okay. By the grace of God, I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay, I'm doing great. Yeah, it's too much negativity in this country. Yes, do food your pan piano, so obi food your pie piano. Obi ako food your boneno, and then I piano. You guys can do better. I mean, all of us, me too, a demon. But me, every day when I wake up, I try as much as possible to be like a better person. Oh, can't asema fa obi hua. Cause
I'm on your home da because any new be no on your home da because when you need she ayo Richmond when in now was a ball when in now was a ball. Now her son your brand said the hack for fair say now share in phonia or more train in pantime pia. It's a difference boom. Oh, I answer agenda no. Chinchina, the agenda must agenda. But people with talent, here's our platform, no. People with talent, here's our opportunity, no. But there be most of the Bama Bongo ideas. Idea change be din sim huno. It's about time, film no. Yadema people with talent. Nenye wono mo. They say akwa tiji abaye or run no for him. Idea change na what demo no so trend the din. The idea change must why anybody or influencer. Wait. Kafa why be a be fine. Yan to aso. Ya to aso a. Send say as a industry pe negativity no. No kre. Person na e kriado. Etimi ashoto. Se krom ni beste wa hwehwe ato so ape. Na abaya no. Yenye se de bemma no saa akwanya no ntina de bia no. Wode nani be kire alatafo ne ho no. Obaje di say yes. African energy sector for etimi aye magazine. Edi amana na ekwiado. Oh yeah, bonsema no. Kagana ni. Ka magazine bi Ghana, na Ghana kwa sto magazine wo de. Ka mo atwa na tum. Say alatafo na eya mani. Say de utim se sune la ila aila la. Won acha so utim se all Ghana program ya be slim aye. Ni aye mon ka me ho ne pensan kopa no twa. Oso kra Ghana ni kakra wa be ye yi no. Oye ya na wo kwa alata home. But me tell say because we are paying her to slay on the alata carpet. See any aye na no say na ne ho twa. Obi bi sam na battery shame na me se minim. Kona mini ho. This all buy bisa no. So now big congratulations to you. Yen share send you slay wa at the end of good say say menam na metete sana me kopie obi amponsa. I don't know ni abemu bi wa life omo twetwe nkomo na na wa futu ema wo no mo de omo ni to ne so we have so yet so no ana bibisa no tie bra quick na sister Vivian Joe o fe busy shebre sisi ameba.
You have to keep working at it for about 60,000 times or something.
Wow.
And people
philosopher.
Yeah. Jumo is like next in line. Jumo is very good. And he has his comedy specials out there and all of that. So all I'm saying is that, and he's an architect. He's an architect.
One big architect that we have no idea.
Yeah, he has a master's degree in architecture.
I'm telling you.
And that guy is one of the finest comedians. Yeah, from KNUST. Yeah. And so if you have the passion, pursue it. Don't let anything stop you from doing it. Don't let anything stop you from doing it. And so big ups to the young comedians, the people who even come into my inbox like, yo, I want to do comedy, you inspire me and all of that. Pick it up, pick a pen up, start writing jokes. Write. If you're a musician, if you're an artist, whatever talent you feel like is in you, people will start, when you start, people who know you will be like, now they're there. John, now then I bet me. People will run you down.
Yeah.
And when you feel like you know what you are pursuing.
And Tisana Obi Amponsa and so Editumu. Yeah. Round of applause. Na the Okanona, there are times nipa wa numu asem either a baby break you be and I say be show being crying. I say the din what I say, you wa numu asem the baby break ye din papa. But me kona obi comment as won say ya tro na no boy bi ko Twitter say opeso obi timi kwa say watch obanum DDT and abehye ho akonfo. Na ye wo say wo di agro ye wo say wo tro keke. Ade enchi won say wasen no wo say wani awu say potol. Mama no masem enye very kind. But your answer will be fair a sinetwani sister what say Vivian Jill. Aha, will be friend say na pa wa bentin wo de omra. Aha, wo betina ho no ye ready na yaka. Why? Aha, ti ya besi sia. Yvonne else change my what be our my. Oh, we be kwa on so TV no change man ntina say. Fatwa ha, ye nko Yvonne else homra. Start jo me ba why? Yvonne Nelson also back in the day, I loved to shop. We all know because she was a fashionista. I was always checking websites to see what's new and trendy. I was younger and had my mind filled up with nothing but material things. Well, kids have a way of slapping such stupidity out of the way. Fast forward to today, I can't believe I did all that spending. I could have used that money wisely. So here we are. I present to you my pink bag, definitely more than 12 years old. I'm now throwing it away anytime soon, and it's thrown in my closet. I'm gonna rock it till I hear it say Ajay. Okay, bag na studio nyanka Ajay. Tiani we try bag ni you say Coco Chanel. Where Chanel? Aha, to chema and fancy canto designer. Can we are behind dino. For no. Tenant Association, Umisa cement bo, Umisa Yanriabo, Umisa roofing sheet. Oh, now say we na say we no it me to aria. Jenny. Oh, now no me fa taxi akokrebi. Now o ka say, we no taxi twi anymore no, wetini asidan bebre pokua so call the man han. Na me so da, more time na time we dey. Enye is a difference so must me ba. Difference being in the answer will be coat according to size. But papa, kwale your mobile coat no, a tree from now when whom TJ me atadi. A tree from say yeah, it's better cry yes dying. Obi besides standing no see die. Hello. Ain't you know, so this sikano a better designer can say they be a cancer celebrities now. We look up to know. Most of them they are being sponsored. Most of them. Either brand be sponsored. May say in Eagle, mama near my baby Eagle wear a fabric wholesale GH. Hair logistics say mammy me. To once I be bringing me sicker. Once I sister will be also cried yeah. Sponsor need a different sponsor. Papa no, winning no, papa no. Today we did your match here. But one said, what quiet the and when a heart attack. Want to my boy or burning elko, and non a minjina so I catch us a strong man. Hard work pays. One a catcher say hard work doesn't pay. Let's take a look at the anchor for Eke Kansana Mako. Congratulations, Neso. Same strong man, yeah. Namuti Zino. Say Onishe. Listen up. Same rapper, yeah. No bidding a dear fraud. Our denyum kataso. Namu the need chat, dear all hustle genuinely. Hello. Strong my yay. And I'm ye wonishi, and I'll stick you to the game. Now say, Minuano, on far laptop crane scene and in mobile soda. A young strategy businesses shows are open. I won't have kind of shows and 1 year cranny FFO. Congrats, will be our IP. Bush show villages. Bo or circles come bush show 50,000. Now no crime friend show be 80,000. It's where I want to mentor. Now bongo ideas, yes, my can't show. My can't show say, wono, watch a show I my donation. Because her son was bongo idea, see, one actually strong man years ago. Now, Brano, etitini more room the hard work. Actor car, Lexus. What means SR5 petrol baby sankwa somewhat. Social so say that's a Lexus NX 300 2.0 liter. Lease price is 450,000 Ghana cedis. That's 4.5 billion. Strong man makes that much from his rap. Who bisame? Lord have mercy. Buana umwa dia sema kacho. Who say bisa question? Anyway. Oyen so anu start agenda na se was social. Na nkofo trotro. Oya amadwen nipa no mentality ho. The mental health oya amadwen ho. Oya amadwen abusia ho. Oya father oya okunu. Na we na strong man se media menu medisa agro no social no. Eso, ehe na madwuma wo aye nwum to ma nwum ti ma fa me paper na me pay me rest studio. Ba. Oh, big up my American brothers. Strong man and perfect flick on this one. Was say him for share. Na be ho opem so. Aye ba so, aye rhyme so. What I say? Asrewa. And we hear ni stop on pa din be na man to abranti. Oh, mumbo ma strong man. Congratulations. Watch where you say hard work. It pays. Watch where because ejuma den when you move free. And I did to. Obi betimi ato ntimi nkyere ye kwan no say me say ni say na me de toy. Ba wo no obi ani twia. Say wo boy adwuma. O mumu ma no. Na say tim ni fudie. Ba zi e me de pa bongo idea se dia. Mo santim so na Vivian Joe by now de watena say. Yeah, that's sorry, I don't just say Ghana sini cheni abaya sono ne ho fefe. Vivian Jill, a American actress. Who just said blade what? Mumbo my sister no. I won't fair to na day. Na, as some of us started free say, school feeding program no. And idea was a benefit to sabita fraction and prejudice. Say I was a benefit to the poor, me boy. A idea. Yade mua, yade buam mo frano. For no more sabi be if you cost who bedidi. Since when? And a bay a benefit ma obi bottom. Since when? And a bay a benefit obi to make us say Monko na mpesa mo dake na esa wani brade wo ni a wo kasa wo audio na esa wani brade na esa wo no wo peke mu na ada nya adwuma bi wo nya esa obesom Ghana na tie ha sister no ebia na munim no ebia de onim ane se wo twasini wo social ne so onfa ne niam anto abonte e mo se ehia no oho tie ha yi Vivian Jill onam ho no de ne ho Vivian Jill tie na ka che Mary say sister no ode ne ho ena edin no madaroma enye Vivian J eye Jill spell di machi JILL bom mano no wonsua de anope bom 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 Jano once a yedi konkonsa na say chewa de because na bia bia akọ interview si J na ejelu eye Jill Shese and I make us say, Biana Munim ye. Obi bisa say, me who comment and it was funny. When your politics, take politics out. Obi bisa say, na Vivian de school feed what the yedding. Ah, my anime you are no ra for 3 days. What the yedding. Our background in catering. I know running restaurants, Kokuma se Patasi Estate, Bisobia, or Metro on a pap. Enti no ayade na nije ho we ne kro no kro meka sai we o meyi anu kan hwe se eyampa se enyampa nipa na oyo odio ni kwa yenim the face behind the voice na dia na che se Vivian kwaje contract bi na Vivian kwa men kan bo so ay campaign am nipa okay me hia no wo me hu video sa one ye maame Lordina edin kita ho nti obviously ono so ye NDC ni now party about power na so obi abedidi a na one onidi eh now pa mami a o ka say wo nye serious o onidi wo ye campaign school feeding no wo na be no amagana fo nkwala ngina edidi fa akra no fa kuma asenka we asemben and you people think it's funny because on pen asemti no e say you funny obi threat obi say obi chanensa amani di moja kokuma ase o sere because your sister no na de tie bra tie na tie threat a e wom bra na me report ma Ghana police anopay sa sister ne nkwa is at stake tie bra sisi a
odin sasini ne baba kuma ase me twetwa ne nsa nyina to agu mimi meli me na me kan he wa record me kasa asende ama mama Gloria emfa me ho maka se me Vivian J oba womra me constituency aso obenu aduane me twetwa ne nsa nyina to agu na makodam me pe mo ka se yagimi wo ho mo de ye adwuma wi a ye yagimifo o ma mo nko na mo daka mu ayeye mo nko na mo sisi akese
ye beche mo say no west ni so ha sha no pe ade enche ni egusu sua de edi ni ye Gloria nya Gloria edin no Gloria no so spell di machi JLORIA boma abra wo sua de anope wo anu adidi adu nsua de ha na afei no nipa na JLORIA Gloria what na nipa na wo ya ade no ye pese ehu the face behind it. Listen, industry no woman na dia chibia no be ram no be attacking industry person and you have industry people supporting her. Watchna bi no ade be china wo na be attack wo. It's about time mo be back together. I support mo ho. Sister we how many times in po and I what na no kasa. Sister we you be o hajin Vivian Jill or you be pa o hajin. That ben pan wants sister asset ring light ya mo set TV. So would you be at one year be that? Now I would email crowd who bossy Mary. Etimi aba betretin obi so be chanensa and you people think it's funny because you don't like it, you are laughing. You people think it's funny because I politics. No. We are not joking. Hello. We are not joking. Not anymore. More beyond be attacking industry person. Especially my American sister. No way. Till Vivian Joe Babe Kasa. Abekan side of the story we are treating the case as a criminal case. will be threatening the life. Good morning, Auntie Mary. Yentwaso. Kwame Eugene Shema, Empress Gifty. I'm making it proud. Watch me. Jaintina Walker say. Wano and a troll. Gifting you. Watch me, no. I'm on sign. Watch me. Yeah, watch me. Moon shady. Yeah, me. Oh my. On a troll. And Kwame Eugene pen game, you know. I sick. Kaka wuchim obi ani ho a Eugene atro nyoma na MPK nti mo guy no what talent na ochema nyom na hitama we're making a power. Let's take a look at that performance no embrace here for ne de your best say twitwa so why once nyame adwuma de once ya kan say be Christ like so wadaroma so Bible ni twa so why stop any no permit so ko to dwem twa so why yeah that's it. Your pen game is wild. Sanamekaya no Kwame Eugene. The career save. Hey, mo dear mo. There's a gift, you know. Kwame de be saving the career. Hello. The career saver, the multi-talented wonder kid. He's not a kid anymore. The song, dear, you write her mum, and she's the perfect person to execute. Mumbo ma Kwame Eugene. Boy, no, see a talent overdose. And Patrol, quick one, mess remo. Sister Sandy, say my number pay enye na very easy. See I say what say be call be about it me gba. Try to the enye adwuma wa ha. Awo me boss we be kofi ambedu. No lie, try to enye adwuma wa ha. Ye sura de anke amfa ye adwuma no. What? Munyai twitwa so ho ansa no what was. What? Na me wish me producer and the best friend of 20 years OPD. Was the best friend here. One in a grow 20 good years. Mumbo mano na obidi bombo mano. What's the name? Was say happy birthday and call Enfa and my best friend May. Oba May Mavis nyame shroud page nyame shroud ton kwanem. Eagle wa eguso pempam ne materials asort to her fabric wholesale GH. Warehouse kese ko ye ma material bia pe ye ndwija emfama wo me de best Richmond eta mechi OPD me producer Welbe Kofi Ampadu ojane na so a wo hwese bibia be koye Mark Weber and so director ewo ho Thomas I see you and inside cinematographer Uncle Thomas Ola Michael and a kind of Moses Eugenia Baden will makeup department who's aboafo ne mo boma aboafo mu nyina aka me ho and a the me the best na mama madwada me ka say obi threaten me what mama madwada me yesa montwitwa man frebiem what me the best I'm the guy Square Center Monday I will be back mama fa black hole angel quite shit
yaba mu nyina mwache mu makwaba emfa emra bedwem so yada so agebre na oguso ehwe Adom TV live on DSTV Go TV multi choice so yeah live and so yes stream on all social media platforms from Facebook to YouTube maybe I could be searching for Adom TV medin de akwasi insia komo ya eba bedin ne anope penifo atenase yere komo ba shes ma menko a man so kodi komo tabra na patch video na ready awaba na see aye compilation of ye mabunu ya enum enubone na weba se video na ready a me ne ahwefo ye nhwe video ni se hwe na see video yi video no edi amam kwa masuna mene Deputy Director General Edman Narcotics Control Commission Chumberima enkotre enkomo Council Mike to tie kan wacha no pai eba bedwem so yara se wajibredi medi enkomo na minim se abatumu attention the rate at which emabuno enom sa unim red ne tramo ni ade no ano ya ye dio what specific measures pa na Narcotics Control Commission dey go akwemu to curtail this issue?
Okay. Well, and a pension come out was measures in there. So I wanted to say, you buy you. And running yams 2 months in office. Yes, you're going to running 2 months. But within the last few weeks, there have been series of arrests. Yet pharmacy operators, and then even non-pharmacy operators are almost ready in pubs, in pharmacies, among others. And they are all in court. You don't mean in court. You say, but you know, because I think you knew so and just say mouse. But you have a lot of intels on so many pharmacies, so many people at the tongue that in but we double check and triple check in the year ever to be influence and use and then we strike it. And you know, we are really fighting and chasing people. By the grace of God, we are going to meet the pharmacy council also. Because you say you're calling to the extent that any pharmacy here, but you're pick one. We give it to the pharmacy council to also deal with you, or even if what required is they give you medical license from you. And just about, I think last week, there's a pharmacy who is living now. You're ready, you're picking 4 from that pharmacy. Almost so you don't want I could not quote, no more than codeine, ready, any other advantage, unapproved or non-permitted drugs are in the shop.
Okay, so much sa pharmacy for now. You are not motivation behind selling sa unim red ni tramoy. You are not there.
There is no motivation, but the secret in is that because they know that they are the bonnet. What they don't display on their counters.
Okay.
Obiano I actually not the anything the counter. When you know there's a box, we must a bag, we must at the corner, you know, they know their customers. And funny enough, they one more customers in one more tomorrow, and to not a name to them and a counter, one up will be a new or they go to those that they know that when you some member of the back, you may pay into a moment for the person to serve you more hair. That is the funny thing. Is it that you have even displayed the thing on your counter? Now we have said that you can buy women for one children who have anybody. It's so that
it was a collaboration between Mone Ministry of Health, by extension Ghana Health Service. Senebe ya amanfo a edisa enwe eba mamuno. You betimi see no kwan even from our port.
Okay, so the collaboration there is not just with the Ministry of Health. We are collaborating and interestingly, you're in board no. We are most of the agencies being having their reps on our board.
Okay.
And it includes FDA. FDA chief executive or a rep from with the director level is supposed to represent the chief executive on our board. You are a rep from Yoko, you are a rep from police, you are a rep from the army, you are any other day. And we have a strong collaboration with them. Just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we paid a courtesy call on the FDA chief executive. Your question in your relationship with them, and also revisit the fact that as one I know, we are doing it with them. So we need their full support and full and their full collaboration. And to almost add to you share to my port data general, another GPH the data general, beginner general 10. You know, on about 3 weeks ago, so I want also reinforce your relationship with them and your operation or port towards somebody. It might be no friction, but it will sail smoothly. And gradually, every agency, we have money boom, we are with them. And I can say, sir, so far so good.
Heberase. Alexander Yauchumberema, Deputy Director General at Narcotics Control Commission. Now I'm saying no Kumarafe na see video compilation. The head in Mebuno. Na second say koma na see. For putting up this compilation. Now that when you video, but I continue to ask myself, and pennyfu amokra say ready bar on my way. Moshe mrana e brana ye mano enumroi edenemwa. Inti ana ye mofe. Inti ana ye mofe. When you say enya de papenti. ɛna susua pa wonam kwati kwan so umfa kora nsi o share enyo yes say mabunu no eti mo hwe videos na ye mai enum say nu boni ya mo kra de bo mai mu eti ya na ye mo fe sika hia nti ye pe na sase we su a yes say obi ba show TV so hwe eye die nko Yesremo. Afre ya doso dodo. Ya doso too much. Baby abefe bia wunya emabune se ebinum sa ready so onim ready o se onim die yo. Yesremo. Emesika pebebrebe enni wanim sa. Den se obi badachi. Eti wa akufa bi ba ya akwada bi ato bi a wo no ma wo hwe no TV so na akwada hwe ono no aye eti ye ofe wa ye ofe na no ayi Fiesta Royal honum ono bi ono opepa glass enim wada setam e wo bi kaso ye fe abeja fo atrase Fana sekese kuma Malta Guinness makacho se anonom de ne mu ede kama ahoden ewom ne nwenuduro ahyemuma Malta Guinness eno nko na ede anim da bia makacho se no nko ne anonom de a se kom do pa na wadwan nya ready a no mfa bo ase ebetimi ahodu be se 30 minutes kra se no wadwan kwa ye ready ko se nwenu na ewom no ano de papa ebo ne padua no so ewiabo gidigidi ya mpahwe ya no wa chele ne kakra bi na mu se wi anda fo ya mpacho de nom ne saa kama da bia so to aka wo so behwe se proudly made in Ghana sticker no ebo ho se bi obi ento adebone emfa ema Malta Guinness yes say we move happy birthday enko efama mama ya do di etare for Mrs Kujo ene wawoda ya wish you all the best nyame onhyiraw na onyo kese ko so be ye kese pa we free ukunu obusua omma ewo obisi nyankopon emma ontaba mu nyeden na mo aso nyeden fantia watamfo nyame nhyiraw happy birthday enko enfama Richard Anyaba director of communications de ma NPP amoyoko ni watrase sanso na the champions to guard MP for Bekum West and so atrase Data mu watch.
Me homya. Onda me hu de bi anti no. Na me say be hu nti unso hu me. Ya nya no kore. Ai, endi wo de hu me. Na me hu da.
Ba say we party boko.
Ah, party boko.
Office boko.
Boko how kakra na abagana. Yes, December 7 abaye ko to ye. Anko ye. Anko ye. 120 days in H3. David.
So about Stuttgart constituency say.
Nyame Adom constituency boko.
Is which 100 days you?
Are
you keeping to your promise?
Oh sure.
Sure. You're keeping to your promise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Constituency boko.
So far, three priorities here back as no. 3. What's me I say?
Normal eguso in all fronts. I go say Osha agriculture key maka ho asem na sesi aye ka say ukọ Bekum Wester Ghana ha nyina and for that matter we are looking at even West Africa sa fruit na ye frɛ no soursop alugwen to gwen the biggest in Ghana farming na say yashase investor free US aba or year juma massive one I go see medobeko amwa ko hwe oni so ade all going to go fish farming together near there farming na you say Bekum West you take it to different level ashase sabra make say and tomato Ghana we are among the top 5 districts you produce tomato in fact estimate say Bekum West with right financial injection
Okay.
Irrigation systems are all season round tomato production. We can produce 200 metric tons or more every year. Enough to save the country over $200 million. The import to tomatoes free Burkina Faso and other countries. And she tomato farmers, about 5,000 people, you put them into cooperatives.
Okay.
Nyankopon, Ministry of Agric, irrigation systems and we stand to benefit. Na irrigation echo na ye all year round. Na ye financial support. In fact, currently, your farmers borrow between 30, 35, and 40% interest. It ye support. Rate be 10, 15, even 20%.
Yeah.
You will see. And because on that front, a normal air cost. Over infrastructure, your major challenge, Jine Sampa Road, the almighty Jine Sampa Road. Road Minister Abaho, meetings across stakeholders involved. And I'm very confident NCBA contractor Sampa major. In fact, a Katia across 6 different constituencies. The entire stretch is 119. But baby, I say Atatia Pansama Yahmoshia Enye from Jine Brikun West through Drobo, German South to Sampa, German North. Okay. 80 kilometers. Yadiama contractor, Akase contractor no, be mobilized to me across site. That one is also going on. Jekwasi and Roma air coso, Brikun West. The best ready say, Yin Abenya Butre, Ama Oman Penini. Na promises are why you within the next 4 years we will transform Brikun West, and I can see my being used to this medium once again. In fact, Uko Brikun West at the moment there is no district because or litigation free land HM Brikun West.
Okay.
Ayedi yekuya.
O pass as a party yekuya.
Tomato vegetables. Top. Eba serious and so a bro ye dua in huge quantities. And investors are on better moko into farming no munya challenges biano.
Okay.
That is the place. But as a somebody omonishe.
But as
and I'm become some I'm saying Oma MP. Emma Ninchia Oma presentation. But good. Nina say Ghana Koso. Oh yeah. But the end is Omoba Emunye.
120 days.
120 days as new Emunye. Yeah. But the Bible na Emma Ghana for my Nyadaho. Na the way I say because you John Dramani Mahama part 1. And ye kai part 2 about I said Bibia Basa. Look, I'm by energy crisis. I may ever come was then. Yeah. President, and didn't answer. Oh, we need no diplomatic community in Pennyforms. The last year, the Kaipa vividly. The High Commissioner for Canada, the Koshia, no Okasa, and all castigate your by that. No, I say. Showing say omoba ombeboa amanyo makoso asa na yakọ echi bebre dia fa energy minister oka yate but ebesi nne no aban we aye no ho say ontie Ghana for ana meba obi frame na me ne na kasa na oka chem say ade obeto aduane di na kra no wonya na we obi a na wo ye adwuma NDC aban bai was suffer retrenchment. And President John Dramani Mahama.
Just NDC by ye
unity. Part of the revocations. Okay. Ya cancer say me amu di agro. About 30,000 people.
30,000.
Or even more people.
And suffer.
Essence say mo say omo space ama NDC for soldiers. Masa. And no bands more promise here. T Yasam in the say, one on our bass will be creating you. I buy or test to make creating you. Then you are creating wo esan se wo pe adwuma ma onkrofo nti wa ba be yi omo e wo ho na firi ho na adwuma na wo share bo so be create na we 24-hour economy ewe hin 24-hour economy I say ade na akwa say ka dia wo pe bia because ade we so kura na bakosem wo ho President Mahama can say or the by election or the ka dia amanfo ebe amanfo de no matter about enye dia no kura obetumi aye enti wo de adada akire Ghana for so 24-hour economy libra or tell some oka no practical say bia fish farm anyway no me am crofo bia they are into or that area this are kanokure adada na NDC for the budget energy sector as me baba kai obehu look much of the problem I owe that sector NDC for creation President Mahama creation
that about 68
all the
billion.
IPP and contract almost sign ye nyina no a problem omodia to eso I think the measure document natural but I'm sure say we IMF document be now it say all the contracts now NDC for sign all the power sector agreement on sign they are bad contracts they are the reason why we are in this situation and you know 120 days of NDC abai unfortunately no akwa say Ghana for abotre wodo ye pay mind say be ye ntino aban ba na say okay friend brofo goodwill say den can you tell me say na me kana manfo hu ni say ade no sa ade no false high
okay
I say it just ade no to chenkora da obedu ye no na one bo ebrapa na nsem o ka so be oba no wanya ade na I say to 18 kokko kire because by the way President Mahama aban kora no enya aban a say enjoy goodwill bia because oba aba be ye bi a ono oba na ka kire say he will hit the ground running and he will hear goodwill bia what they say but and na asema me no can say Ghana for bread ebre
ene kasa
me say me no kasa no sa de kura no a na before President Mahama ba beji akonya no kura no criticize Akufo-Addo mismanage energy sector ne ade and then we kept the light on at a higher tariff what I say at a higher tariff we kept the light on or admit say we kept the light on and then we want to make keep the light on no but no one no say we kept the light on but at high tariff or cancer the way in December 2024 oba ye dey no why one tariff no or the cost for more na so the cost
for me to we na so preko
what I say
the energy sector issue no minister say you obe near one betimi aso for the next best 2.6 days and omakra about 400,000 liters of LOC yeah share me say ba bedru ende na etimi aso so and man you hear about 1 billion Ghana cedis aban me ko say Ghana Water Company Limited edeka for 7 months almost 1 billion Ghana cedis you more entry to we nyina some of the huge debt that one more ama ECG e want to trade but do so no there on say nya de bekom
na some no ka some na hu de opeso ka say do so but na je bihwe ba de some ka na say just o create panic say what they say anko fa ha obi ambre na wo e na wo say da no na wo opposition wo say oh aban ye to abama wa embe lamente embe wine ko solve problem no and I mentioned the was no abe energy minister George upon abe energy friends energy minister and green transition unia sabrofo no kan ye da no say oh you are elected you have to solve the problem don't come and whine ndi some of 2.6 dey yen fanye den dey here na light no ebe ba na say emba but dey ehui light na mba and I do me light be seen there. And I pay on to mash about the carry because I know they won't hear so better. So I'm there as I'm come.
Not doing so.
Be the moon answer.
Oh,
what I say. Eti sabro for muke kai opposition abedu han. Dey no more there. He senka be honest to Ghana ha energy sector no and say politicizing.
Okay.
Because issues are what sector hon. Are practical matters. From generation to transmission to distribution and to consumption. Especially distribution and consumption. The loss now at a transmission point. Even though it's very high, I think the current estimate is about 30% transmission loss.
Yeah.
Compared to other countries, I estimate about 8 or 9%. Yeah, they know is high, but transmission loss and component dancing. Nebra distribution on. ECG, ne consumption. Yeah, okay, be say companies say, I enjoy. One of the biggest issue is the collection of the utility amount for use. In amount for use electricity now want to me engines can a buying problem to what extent? So it's a matter of ensuring efficiency and holding ECG accountable. Majority I say, and ensuring say all state agencies, ministries, and departments omutia omo bills. Obi a wontia no wodum de. Now ECG nankasa so are more efficient in terms of metering. There's a lot of corruption within the ECG enterprise now. They know about it. So fix that problem. But what I say, where low-hanging fruit, I bet to me and then the estimate now is about ECG is losing about 2 billion, okay, every month. You understand? And sadly, these are low-hanging fruits because say, IPPs na generating power about my ECG a distributor. ECG na say Giscan na editor. Sure. So ECG and Giscan you find to amwa. The debt will be there. But what I say, so those are low-hanging fruit. I say you fix it. Say see and then we can fix that. But one of the issue I think say NDC4 and normal creating. Yes, the contract, the nature of the contract. And okay, now you do me light into me yes and come. I will do some research on that. Do you understand why I say got buying and a tough fuel? Emma IPPs. Do you understand why?
Okay, so it's part of the contract.
Yes, what I say. Why I didn't because sign our contract? But why would somebody sign that contract?
Okay, was it also not a way, say, send a bit a price and a bit to me from them could too much for the consumer?
Only anti-price
because at the end of the day, say, Ujama IPPs, no, SO and 24.
Yeah.
And another build up.
Yes.
Yeah, we're passing on to the final the consumer.
Yeah.
Now, and then we are paying an increment of 14.7% on electricity. So it means, say, if Sebia can yet abandon taking that part now, would have been paying more than a 14% increment in the assembly.
As I make it say, contract now will cost.
Okay.
Our committee so better fuel. I will name say the market. The reason I will take who feel is about my price now cost. Yeah. But what they say.
Sure.
But so who take his contract and now who take his over provide fuel now. The Ebema fuel na abana be a fluctuation in terms of currency anyway. Who know who take that responsibility? Who could just get away?
Okay.
A commercial agreement.
To a fashion the forest.
Fashion hono na you make sure
a price increase.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what's the whole problem? But the commercial come.
Okay.
So it's a lazy man's contract or Marco signing to say, me pese cost into me provide fuel. Into a provide for all buying our catcher say 2.6 days. Then only find day. But what I say.
Okay.
Nti obia one na call contract say on be provide electricity. Nti na say on the equipment you can not buy. Over to fuel amano. Fuel is the one of the biggest apart from the equipment in itself now. Machine a power. Annual power.
Yeah.
Fuel is the major input. This is why I talk about ni petrol. Car no faso ni saying. Into almost the car na be see and they be a top petrol gum. Ema on. Into almost we so much charge ye. Edu baby na ya tofu ama omokura mo see yem producer de ni bio. Anya na a friend say car power for aka ya say omo see de omoka 400 million. Contract na ya bad and this if what de omo ye.
The IPP's contract.
IPP contract be on Marco side. They say, yeah, you be provide fuel. I mean, tell say krada. If they had held them, because they are commercial people. But what they say,
okay,
they are commercial people. And to a commercial interest, no more provide service amawa. Factor it and see, say, are they were Badwam and Assem Bwami? Enti say this is forward na say only here the cover IPP buy and the power badges need there say it is the easiest thing. Say there obi ama osika onia. He is come out say ko market na koto kodi dwabra. The difficult part of the whole relationship no eh say obenye sika no. Ese ko market akoto ade de na de be yan so betra ka mu no akọ market wo. No hu bebi ade no wo. Yeah. Woni sika betumi ehu bebi ade no wo ba wontumi nkoto me bo a. Say the problem is not bringing the people. The problem is about deliberating properly. Say, ube benefit Ghana for. It is our contract and very bad. And then I has seen President Mahama say in December no only diplomatic community for Kasano. He mentioned say one of the reasons why our electricity bill are costly. I said we are using more liquid fuel. Yeah. Okay, instead of using gas. Into what by you see then. Have they increased the usage of gas? Because the boy wants of the boy Safini say, idea to about gas in the air. Into my base say, my increase yana.
Oh, say,
I know, maybe I was saying,
it be a 5 months there, too early to call on government to have such a huge investment into gas.
Massa. I same way, no, yeah, in Yaika.
Too early.
Yeah, in Yaika. Na too early no buy no I waka say or too early no buy into on salary
or salary no or allowance
90 day
or flu no
or yeah adwuma no a say too early no say masa say emfa dey say high theater na nipa da ho yeah and I say save no nkwa na doctor bia be gira no ho say 4 months emfa a month bia say hour o ma betena so a month bia hour okay na wo nipa na da ho baga say o we say na buy enti dey Ejuma no mobile be no money. It's not as if they don't know about governance. But what they say. And are the systems in place are so omo say omo for manifesto amba. The manifesto read saying they have divine solutions for the problems. And that's how guy.
Because I know you are no one.
Oh, they be man. So over plan chia plan di be 1 hour. Unchia plan di be 1 hour. Tobo. What they say? Okay. Oma kwa yes ade we oba ye criticism oma ye and na you use liquid fuel nti na ma akosoro nti enne no President John Dramani Mahama ono na abeto ne energy ministry transition green transition wo hwe ye energy mix ni mu a friend is saying solar it contributes about only 2%. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne ye ba no what our immediate plan was to increase that. But no, me who the omoye afasadi about 10%
to bring on board more solar to control the amount of liquid fuel they use to power some of our plants.
Yeah, so generally speaking, say we increase the in terms of the mix, 2% contribution in terms of power to the grid. Low solar is contributed by that too. It means recent year. The biggest part is about 60%. Which is the thermal source. Yeah. Oh, yes. And the hydro is about 30 or 35 or something like that. And you know, why say, no best of a problem, and what criticize you be now or keep a light on. At a rate cheaper than said the electricity. Agufado kept the light on cheaper than John Dramani Mahama is giving us doom so.
Without being political, do you think say you will doom some?
Oh, they kind. Some me catch up. My me dika come as much row. The entire me share a batakari and they say you do me light and now.
You do some.
An old friend is saying. Okay. What I say? And the point we are making, and they say minister and they say oh here 1.1. Who the reporting is it 1.1 billion or 1.1 million billion
1.1 billion
cedis or dollars?
Cedis.
Okay, some of the reports are saying dollars. Yes, I think it's dollars. Oh, so 1.1 billion dollars. Enti saskawi edikoto fango ama IPPs no.
Okay, yeah.
So 1.1
billion dollars.
Say yamfanye electricity maye. Yeah, the electricity we are a canon. But that God, massa. I am a say. How do we sign a contract like this? Only how How do we say a contract? Say any contract ni be kwan bi so kura na ma sa fuel cost here aban na eto 1.1 billion here or here dey akoto charge. Aban the subsidy kura e ma Ghana for kura nka be boy dada. Because
so aside buying the $1.1 billion liquid fuel, no?
Yes.
You better IPPs no saka.
You better
for generating the
power. Into omo dey na ne somebody chance na be si ho.
No more than one.
Somebody no ade no. Na yen na e electricity na e come. Into me stress issues no. I think I agree with you say you can depoliticize it. Unfortunately, NDC for no esuban na akofa we nyina ba na ye kan akwa say politics. But omanamo omu 2 year IPPs contract ye almost sign. It is very poor.
Okay.
Very, very poor. And to my be almost say, President Mahama say, gas in a year better. No, yeah, if you saw better transition to the gas. No,
okay.
Say, the cost will come down
from here. Sugar.
Agazi, me saying chiao anywhere tifo, and the good people of Brekum West.
Would you say Udum so?
Quickly, let me deal with few issues. Few issues.
Few issues.
Let me tell you this. On a lighter note, for some of us, you share batakari as a ceremonial cloth. Okay. Not because you say, let's say, man and denigrate batakari.
No.
The impression created say when iron but for us
there be any iron light light because light
lighter but for some of us okay the person ye bedroom
cheap politics
yeah manfo ehunu ye rich culture okay now because I mean interviews major events elegantly in my batakari ataria here them and I share no. That is just by the way. 120 days are quickly now all come one no probably on here and normal course within the first 120 days. Okay. Because that's not the subject for this morning. Yeah. But within the first 120 days, and fuel prices keep going down and then go down by 5%. Within the first 120 days, and on Penny finance minister and Tisha Papa, ama dollar. Adriane from 16, 15, 14, 13, and now 12.8. Atiba from declining day in, day out. Within this 120 days. Within this 120 days. And I ne okome secondary school, so I want my constituency. Secondary school. St. Augustine's, as they say, Omunyan we are papa di, yet decentralize school feeding. Within the first 120 days, and ye den hye gu akwan mu say ye be depend decentralization ama your assembly members atumi contribute meaningfully by resourcing them. So a number of interventions and ye can oman impuntu economy agwasu be giatum say there are 2 important ingredients to mean from fuel prices and exchange rates. So 2 key areas in 120 days Senate here. I leave it out to the jurists out there. But quickly, Yembra energy sector issues. Na me reminded me said say onimua ye gas planter ye wo Ghana hado. Under President Mahama, President Mills, and I de buy.
No, I just said that someone about
8 years. One year anything about it. 5 months into office. President assigned Integrity Implementation Committee a second gas plant. That will save us $500 million in 2 years in terms of liquid fuel. And your cassette, President Mahama, just last week, 4 days ago, Implementation Committee for second gas plant has been inaugurated. So that is the fact. I will say, you clarify. Energy sector, no? And you cannot approbate and reprobate. At one point in time, Osama politicized it. At another point in time, he was politicizing. I totally agree. Say energy sector issues should not be politicized, but let us look at the facts on the ground. Or can it be about IPPSR? President Mahama is signed the solve energy crisis and ayo. One of the major interventions was a Mary. And a Mary in over 5 years period, you have $510 million. Plant and ababe year. And they claim say those agreements in a sign and ye papa. $510 million for 5 years. Abe Ghana plant. Ye two about President Mahama free kunyasono. And Guachia Jako. MPP by one of the first energy interventions they say America you know review from 5 years and Franco 15 years and pay $1.3 billion. Come to think of it, 500 million 5 years plant na be Ghana there. Most you review no you review it 15 years 1.3 billion and on the tija Wacheja Ejuma Bono. But I sympathize with him because powers are they pushing the man here. No, actually, we granted several interviews. Actually, so this is one significant issue. Also, this is what is NPP for can be before IPPS, independent power producers contractor. You sign a now. This is the situation. Contracts I must say 8 years. Mobile and the moye farm. The moye farm they say you were rather increasing the duration and the cost. Adia enyeno enti enyeno kre da say IPPS aye sign enye. Akwasi ye ka energy issues so ye musa say from 2013, 2014, 2015 now ye install capacity saying in energy sector.
Maybe na raise concern here. Say ya sent it to say a buying a better for the IPPs no some fanua power no and famaye.
So what
is where
what is the difference?
There's a challenge.
What is the difference? Say may the contractor amount.
Okay.
For equipment, for expertise, come and run, buy fuel and bail me to pay. Bring your equipment, I will provide you fuel. We take the cost of the fuel out of the contract. What difference does it significantly make? Because I buy the to me and fuel cheaper than say supplier no deba.
No.
No. So that is the difference. Enti abusuafo no krebie ni say IPPS are signing ye and am a problem at that time and na me busa no. What was the installed capacity of our energy in Ghana? In fact, in the energy sector, we have generation, we have transmission, we have distribution. If you don't generate, you don't transmit. If you don't transmit, you don't distribute. So key starting point is generation. At that point, the generation capacity was far, far lower than the demand. So the quick fix was to bring in the generation. Now, we have 5,700 installed capacity. And the dependable capacity is 5,200. Let me explain. You can't install capacity, any dependable capacity. The dependable capacity is what the plants can reliably. You will 5,700, but reliably we can generate 5,000 enough. Enough. And senior can be. These are put into 3 categories. We have the hydro, Akosombo pump. Bui. Am I just 28%? Then we have the renewables, solar,
yeah.
Just 2%. And thermals, no, am I 70%? Let's look at the mathematics here well. So thermal, am I 70%? No, I rely on gas and liquid fuel. Liquid fuel, no wedding, any diesel, money, heavy fuels, no idea. Gas, no, is cheaper. Anti-president ni abanya or drain your energy security hono buy and no build a gas plant. Say you use gas now reduce, but we don't have enough to power. So we need more gas plants. Abaya no free power after 4 years, no. Obi about 8 years, one build a single gas plant. Or no say or no else of we. Then the same person has come back in 5 months, is building another gas plant. So this is the government or what plans to solve our energy problems. When we didn't have installed capacity, we brought in. We brought gas plants to reduce cost of fuel. Now we are back on that. Don't forget, say President Mahama, NED ESLA by energy sector levy. Na yede solve energy sector debt. Eguho. Yenu MPP for resisted fiercely. President Mahama free power no. ESLA was extended for another 5 years. And now you talk about energy sector debt. Why the accumulated debt? The debt of $1.7 billion now, out of which car power is owed $400 million. And your monk asogly $300 million. Senate 220. Send power about 400. 1.7 billion no. AIPPS the whole energy sector debt. The whole energy sector debt is in excess of 2 billion. As our debt, the previous government, and this government has to deal with this debt. Or dealing with this debt. And again, at the same time, you need to also provide fuel. And the year we need about $15 billion. In fact, at the moment, about 1 billion, 1.1 Nana Minister can to avert imminent danger. And thankfully, or you are to forcing a dynamic John Jinapo. Stakeholders, a share. As we speak, there's been interventions. I have a situation when the energy sector issues there. The best say the Kenya say omoni moral right because the challenges are one and I see I did laughable say during 8 years I do omode bomb Sabrani and say you buy electricity yam to more than 20%. Okay, can you enable me 20-30%? Because what are you telling me? Then you leave the debt as our energy sector. In fact, debt that is what we call legacy debt. And you one government over the years, and you need government obey, gather courage, and confront to issue. No, President Mahama confronted the issue head on by introducing ESLA. Like I say, ESLA is one of the major reasons why we lost 2016 elections because energy sector people were complaining, but he dealt with it, and Obaye he is confronting the situation head on. It is situation you find it yourself, Sabri, ask 8 years install capacity send on the 8 years interventions were no more in terms of gas processing. 8 years, how much did they take away from the legacy debt? Nothing in energy sector, and they've handed very horrendous, very horrible energy sector picture. In fact, I can see Ufriha Kofa energy sector statistical report for 2025 and read amount what transpired over the years. And in fact, amount full picture from the year 2000 to 2024, and look at 2017 to 2024. And you weep for Mother Ghana. In the energy sector, crisis like a womb, the previous government has bequeathed to this government. Because I talk with energy issues with passion because my PhD is in sustainable energy management. So I know these issues, I follow closely. And that is why we are here. And President Mahama, as he said, is not here to lament, but to deal with the issues. And you talk about the gas. In December, you talk about, say, the way to go. And yet to increase, in fact, what happened in 8 years when our Renewable Energy Act says by 2030, we should increase our renewable energy component to at least 10%. Yeah. And now here too, in 8 years, you didn't do anything about this. And here you are complaining. It is in your mesre for energy sector issues. You started very well. So it is about time we depoliticized energy sector issues and confront them head on. You bet your rates are a bit to me about. Otherwise, I was issue I want to say. If you go to my constituency, one transformer has several communities and Kabe 3 transformers. But Netco will tell you they don't have money. Obsolete transformers in Framaboyana lights echo off. And yet about one particular government, about over the years, lack of investors. Sika ECG here to change their obsolete equipment, they are not getting. Sika VRA here, they are not getting. The NETCO here, they are not getting. Private partners or more BAM IPPS and Obia Jumana $400 million. You are not paying $400 million. How can they sustain the work when they have workers to pay, they have overheads, they have bank loans to clear? And the question is, stakeholders, let us come together. Say 1.7 ye owe IPPS. Because say, we are buying now private sector, car, you are killing the economy because the private sector is the engine of the economy. And ye power independent power producers. Do you know number of people they employ? So if you are not paying them, they shut down and they lay workers offer. Or makers are buying, we buy not workers. Coffee. So let us sit down and see how we can deal with the situation. And you need a very focused, very committed government or person or buana ye energy security. But say can you be about yet me compare you and I time your electricity in 10%, mobile matum 14%, so more to more. The question is the debt accumulation. Who are you accumulating the debt to come and deal with? It is about time, and I think that President Mahama and our energy minister, supported by the finance minister, they're taking decisive action. And in the coming years, by the time of President Mahama, 4 years, you will see that we'll be getting closer to the energy security we've been craving for. And I think the bad energy matters are President Mahama and NDC government. Over the years, check from President Rawlings' time, say a generation, why am I a generation capacity in terms of efficiency, in terms of everything. So let us deal with that. And no nama or no eka say ECG, for instance, every month shortfall of about 2 billion Ghana cedis. No buy. So what is the way to go? Then the government is exploring avenues to say you benya private participation to ensure collection. And I see your issues, goes beyond politics. Apart from shortfalls in revenue collections, transmission losses. If you go to Gridco, transmission losses. If you go to ECG distribution, transmission thereby, or more distributed to homes, illegal connections near there. So we are losing so much, and we need to improve efficiency, and that is not politics. So that is why some of us support private participation.
Privatization.
Because participation in these matters to ensure efficiency. He himself said, under their government last year, 2024, do you know they spent 24 billion Ghana? There was shortfall of 24 billion Ghana cedis. Afi 2025 projection, I said there will be shortfall of about 30 billion Ghana cedis. ECG. ECG. So I cannot buy in a way because cannot buy. I buy how to offset. Otherwise, the lights will be off. Okay. Let us depoliticize energy matters, and for once, let all political class come on the table with the professionals, the stakeholders. Now, you find a lasting solution to the energy issues.
Put my main council. Me brother say okay. Also, or a PhD energy. Remember, be be brave few, but another DNA can. Okay, Massa. They have to take responsibility. That's what we are taking. They don't take responsibility. Because I won't take responsibility. I won't take as a opposition. Massa, me no to hey, be a trade mono. Now me obey. And now your opposition.
Yeah.
Ejuma na be do side. Also obey. Yeah, ejuma no ave kasa o ka ejuma no but I won't carry. O de my o de you match. O de ase. Kasa nko no mo de ade na ye. Hwe ade ba kwa ndizi for nimu ye e kasa. Kasa say kasa pa. A wonti aka. Wo biwa wo boss re bad waka. Ndizi for nimu ka. Ene no mo de ba ya amamu no. O de ase. O say 120 days. Ade aye hu ye cross ye hu. Wanka say ye amanfo edi efi adwuma mu saa de no wanka eno no anya 120 days mu na si President Mahama na December o kasa akufo ado increase electricity cost eno na ma otumi ma light no eda so no endi nansa ono no aba increase electricity no
o say IMF
So all can now when you say I am President Mahama never complain about increased cost on energy. He said you were not paying the IPPS. That was the issue.
Also for me bachelor no back actual.
You were not paying them.
No.
You were accumulating the debt for another government.
How do we Oka say the only reason Akufo-Addo to be keeping the light on is because we increasing tariff. Now Ghana, if you look at ATS I buy no ATS I buy, they want to increase electricity bill per more. We haven't increased electricity as much as you guys have done. So that one is a matter of public record. But or criticize you be no. Say what to me keep light no on. Say any panel Akufo-Addo MPP no.
But let's clarify. President Mahama didn't take a position say Omo sustaining light because of increasing. That has never.
I should show you evidence.
Yes. That has never been. Yeah, problem and I want to say.
You were not
paying independent power producers, and you were accumulating the debt. Ghana got a shuttle for maintenance works. Now you defer that.
See,
you defer that. When Ghana gas was due for maintenance, didn't they defer that?
You see, but the American say, I'll read it. You can read this here. You can read it. The point is, you see, gas assembly all can. So the committee, you can scroll down. It's you see.
Okay.
Committee assembly. Maintain what? Say I said the committee be a gas plant. What? Maintain. Okay. It is not about building the gas plant.
No, because you have to be so one here.
Now, what? What I say?
Okay.
It's not about building the plant.
Okay.
It's about getting the gas to go to the plants. That infrastructure, no. The reason here Atwabu by amount to me, almost here Atwabu. The company that was doing it.
Check any of this.
Insisted say. So almost to me see they will sell the gas, I beg you. They will sell the gas to the IPP contracts no signing. Okay. Or take gas. That was the basis of building Atwabo. So they will take the gas, and when they take the gas, cost of electricity will come down. But we will see gas, Now the other gas, gas here so good containment that the alcohol from the idea. You have to pass it through pipeline. The infrastructure is not there. And you just say, and you say, well, also was set a committee. Say, yes, I'm going to see gas planter. The question is, committee ben was set at the alcohol.
Okay, a committee chaired by the Deputy Energy Minister.
No problem. Me say, you see gas and one. You see how?
Okay.
It has to move to the source.
Let me clarify. This committee and yet feasibility committee, they've done implementation, so you can even read.
I beg you.
Full implementation committee.
Yes, I know.
No, we need to clarify.
No, but you are
anything about gas.
I beg you, senior.
Where Rachel Yomko.
Opening. It is about getting the gas to the plants to do it. That one,
so, what was the challenge with Atuabo gas? Mobile?
There's no challenge with it. The only thing is that the reason would be to get the gas to the plants.
Okay.
You see, me bra no account about NDC4 and I say data jama NDC4. So the PhD he knows. Until I expect him to say the truth. Omo kono 2017 I Bible. Now energy sector that na 2.5 billion. You left that.
Okay.
And for 8 years, if we have managed the debt to be the same way you left it, you are coming to say that we left you a debt of 2.5 billion.
$2.5 billion.
Yes. And no, he was quoting it just now.
Okay.
And we have managed it, kept the light on for 8 years, and the debt you come to meet is the same thing you left. Then you are talking as if say debt.
Okay, so but was here one Fabian, but you paid
We maintain, yes.
I was here, and I mean, it is never to. $2.5 billion. Let's be very.
So what is the energy that you left? What's the energy that you left? They left $2.5 billion and they left. We managed the thing, and it's the same amount that you come back to see. And you are creating the impression, says MPP has contracted $2.5 billion debt that doesn't exist. Oh, we are say a legacy debt. A legacy debt because it is inclusive of all the governments. And MPP has left a debt of $2.5 billion. Okasa, you are misleading the public. What do you say? Or can't be being so about install capacity.
Okay, so Mami really were from modern Ghana. NDC left 2.1 billion Ghana cedis energy debt in 2017. Now inherited $3 billion debt. John Jinapo.
So
John Jinapo, energy minister, has revealed that the National Democratic Congress left behind a debt of 2.1 billion Ghana cedis in the energy sector when it exited office in 2017. However, he noted that the debt has now ballooned to $3 billion under the immediate past MPP administration.
That's not true.
On top of
the 3 points, the
3 billion
is not true. It's not true. It's not true at all. 3 billion. He wrote 2.5 billion. That's what he wrote.
No,
and you said 2.5. And today now
2.5 for now kind of
I never the man got 2.5. Now only said 3 billion and I got 2.5. But I beg you, just allow me to. Masa, omo ka say install capacity ahine ade there. Masa, are they capacity to it to do what? The problem we have is not that we are short of capacity or we are short of energy, the amount of energy we need to do our business in the country. It's not that. It's not that. That's not a problem. They will have the capacity. Inti obo kukuna trese wona NDC wako sande a IPP agreement the high capacity ono akan wako faba no. That's the problem. Inti enya about say obi di ebi aka ho anase obi edibie eyefrim. The idea say they add any capacity I say add this no should be in the area of renewable. And no, so that we can reduce our dependence on the thermal sources and perhaps even the hydro sources, because even the hydro source, because of climate change in the Akaditi, naturally, our dependence there will have to go down. Okay. So where we have to increase is the renewable sector, which is your PhD thesis. So you should be talking in that direction rather than promoting, you are going to build another thermal plant, there's a committee and all of that stuff. The future, gas plant, not thermal. Gas plant, I'm talking about gas plant. The future is in renewable. That's where we must go. But the point we are canvassing today, look, you are talking about 1.7 billion owed to IPPs. You need 1.1 billion to buy fuel for them. Assuming that you had signed a proper contract. Assuming you had signed a Ghana-conscious contract with these IPPs. Yes, sir. They must bear the cost. Look, I can see only one of the key things that we have to be able to ask the minister to maybe try to surveil a little bit. I don't know if there are state actors at these IPPs to monitor how they are using the fuel that we are buying for them. Okay. You understand? Because the volume, how we are tracking it to show, say, or say, the command on use the pepe, and they are not diverting, creating all manner of things in the not buying a lususikasa. One of the key things, yes, because see, all creative opportunities, I say. I was the SML. So, on the SML and call the I was all creative opportunity, be say, Nipa. Uno koye wejuma with the genetic me a fool on the bebro. Masa.
Somebody should monitor
how
they use the fool now.
And I mean, can I say the abuse there will also be a problem. But the problem I have is that contract you have signed, Obi Eye ni Juma say all ba And Acadie, why do you take that?
Okay.
I will create a cost, Emma Ghana. Unnecessarily. The truth of the matter is that. I mean, conclude.
1 minute.
I don't like the disruptions. No, but oh yeah, Miss my interrupting me.
Abeba. Me ababa betos. Bi di akwasi ya bedwam die. Ya ba ese. Na kwa ba biem eti omoma wi na wi ba me be wi nso a. Measure another 1,000 Ghana cedis na also there two ho. Eti ko so twa star 281 hash. Select option 4. Dodo bi ape bi atwa efagum na edi efa eko. Happy birthday enko enfama Mary Abna Mensa. Oye nurse ni e obibie ni. This one from your husband Brajo. Also wish you happy birthday. Nyame onshira na onyo kese. Go say obeye kese pa. So Mrs. we all wish you happy birthday. Then also a happy birthday once again. Also and confirm Docas Ajele Soa, account officer at New Century Technical Institute. And I obey they wish you all the best. Yame koso na onyo kese Christian so beye kese po bi odu birthday bi anso no. Happy birthday enko F Mau. Make us some more Guinness and one in Nadia to my yenum, Pastor, that's what Benua. Anonym de nkwa de be mekam se man nye water Guinness. Enum anonym de phobia. Tonke twan fama nkwada ne fashion bag mu ko school. Na mpani so yenye kanu anase bottle ne so yenum kakakra. Se awie bebo pa no chile ne kakra bi. E man nye ice na ko bubu akoma. Kakra bi na enwunu kakra bam. Na onya meat pie bread bi e de boss anu anu awie. Se da mu nyina ondidi ukra wo ye okay. Water Guinness. You can say we move. There be am so beto account so be the proudly made in Ghana. Still can say bonwansana. What me ato. Richard, under 1 minute.
Yeah. You see, Onya, Asaba Yekano, Minister for Energy and Green Transition. On Transi.
Okay.
And then Omo Kasa na Oma Yehunu say Omo na waba. Okay. Adia Yeka Adi and Sachere Dano I said they are having a more position. Omunyai. The responsibility of managing this country, no, and also, omo na buy, and answer, omo increase a day to 14.75% electricity. So my increase idea no, na fe the idea no enye juma, yenti said, the omodia ye doom so breno, and nubia no modi. I saw the I increase electricity bill. The bias are mobile mahama. Why increases are 59% in the day? Who increase we so light in the yenya. President Mahama say. No, Akufo-Addo o increase electricity no to me keep here. Well, no aba be increase, but to me keep ade no. And no na issue. Energy sector issues no. Onia the fuel component matter now. Minister Eka say cut 2.6 days and be ni ho na shortage no. Nsem ye do. One omo ane kofare bai. Ko sign a very devilish, very unpatriotic contract with Obi. Our talker now also better fuel a money panel. Depends sorry our driver de bia ko be or bia fuel ne san aba be catch say fuel asa. Omo next time is a bad contract no. Omo san contract we no so the cost of electricity is very high. Into mamboyen. And number 2, onyai lamentation no. Ono na da no otu obi for say when lamented and then ono lamented chain friends and one the book of Ecclesiastes is this Solomon and the church or lamented you be a but your own shit now on ye man okay now Ghana you can't ya see so answer mobile no okay and so I say a message sir
together I was in 1 minute the busa menua because throughout
also be question
throughout the submission you know kasati said your mum agbanmu 80 they all came 8 years no mobile no dia no mo ye farm mama concrete evidence the President Mahama Esla or the buyer are a generating huge amount of money to deal with legacy debt. A gas plant buy aim at reducing your fuel cost or buy a second gas plant cost amongst others. Or more time, a Mary you sign a deal for $510 million for 5 years. After 5 years, plants are not by Ghana, your property. Or more buy or more review from 5 years to 15 years. paying 1.3 billion. Maybe say me busano. What justification for Saadena na Omoyeno? So if they could review a Mary 5 years to 15 years, all other IPPS are yes sign no. So Omofo say problem why didn't they review? And what is the justification? Say year $510 million. Now we will review amayakutia 3 times that amount for 15 years. Then him the by 15 years no na plant and then end of life. It ebeye the according to me MY. But if the 5 years 510, then it becomes our own. And no mobile as you say or more relocation. The mobile bit me I say ye paja plant no be an the call. Okay. Ashanti creating impression as you could see signboard as if you said or the new plant aba. And just relocation. I walk a year south. How they call middle belt. Fine. To boost energy security or energy in the middle belt. And yet we know Ashanti region as a huge industrial hub. It's a strategic decision. But when they buy and who do what the signboard above and then another one to so as if we say all the plant about. So this is the government meticulously okay say you region jinapo enyai kasana on reso nyeduma. He's a well-focused minister on the ground dealing with Enra anopa issue ba said you were just 2.6 days dangerous by the close of the day evening now interventions about on the finance minister key stakeholders say she find the solution now why ever the eminent danger this is the man working but it is very important situation there you be moment when you be na me busa said you speak as if you were not in government you talk about the way to go is renewable energy 8 years want to me amfa 1 megawatt and ama me can say mo increase and now this government ain't in a ministry no you change from Minister of Energy with green transition and a green transition bit.
Stuga 8 years so man fa renewable energy ni bia beka.
Oh, say no the beka. Renewable say no the beka. So now we have president to give focus.
I hear that.
No, to give focus. What energy minister said we may focus on fossil fuel, thermals and those things, but to focus on the renewable side of things. So we are now transitioning to green energy. And you have a minister. It's just 3-4 months in office. Year man at time. Now on year, at the end of 4 years, you be better and you know the day about renewable energy mix. And of course, other area because the focus is to reduce reliance on the thermal plants. And rightly so. Also hydro in future we don't know because of climatic conditions.
So
the way to go, other sources, geothermal, hydro, solar, wind. We have to explore all these resources. That is why President has created a ministry. Emphasis now shifting from the conventional sources to renewable sources.
I go see. My main correct here, David. Me senior
but
I'm sorry. But I just want to clear as a bit.
No,
I married the man, son, no any problem. Because energy sector debt, one move free. What kind of BBC 2.1? I'm going to Pokai, George in Pokai. And then, because you say, okay. We'll call back. It is true. The energy sector debt stood at 2.5 billion in 2017 ASAP. Okay? So, only a small cano, I mean, some of massage idea. But this is what we have done. Or just say, what we inherited, we managed. And what about don't create impression? Say
and you left in excess of 3 billion.
No. But then I'm ASAP is an independent energy sector. There's a credible version. Yeah, compare this to George Napo. I'll take this.
You left in excess of 3 billion. You have left in excess of 3 billion. Now we are 2025. No, you are talking about 2017. I'm talking about 2025 when you were living.
Forget me. When
you were living, you left over 3 billion on top of Tesla accumulation. on top of ESLA accumulations.
Tubo senior, tubo. But when we are there, how do my anti free?
Akwasi the ESLA generate
Oh, captain, just tubo.
The ESLA generate ya mo beto ye. Mo san beto ESLA.
Say ano.
Senior, tell demonstrate against ESLA. Na when we the country.
Debbie, my baby, I will be a
resistance about the man ESLA. Mo buy ya mo san bet
ESLA 70
Sika mo generate on top of that. You've left over 3 billion.
They are all yes ano. Opposition for na yes. What do I say? Opposition for na yes. Oh, abe mu nti e ka se mo atobo na Debbie, where some opposition for na interject amafo. Te onya
who are them also relax.
But relax because we know our some na aba ye. What do I say? America some me break
510.
510. Waba, why inherit economy aye basa? Eh?
Okay.
Now you are faced with challenges. We are renegotiating to give you space. Nobody to be here. Obi akwakoye agreement boni way. And they are sitting somewhere benefiting from this very poor agreement on my signing on behalf of Ghana.
Akwasi 2% say who pay space. Who the car 510 million. Who's want to mean to amebo? Who's want to mean to pay space?
Yeah.
The amount of space ma will make you 1.3 billion.
Yes, over a period of time. And I said okay. Abaza won kwaji lo.
Mami I live draw.
Mami kakra mami chese. On kwaji loan be na say o de beba na ye obetua say o de beba china o betua say enya sanity
so times 3
and then times 3 and so times 3 for the period 15 years
okay
15 years if you say 5553 no one breaking it down 500 no what you
so
because the issue we no
issue no
or exposing no
the issue no sorry is say the same after 15 years na we na machine no
end of life
Maza enti sabre no I say when you 500 na we na when you into so
o my for my day
but what I say
live door na
when you 500 na into I just say there na how was want ya
okay 85 4 3 2 1 yamko one ampacho every 0541278 star 0541278 star it is Stuttgart it's an area we say enne yehwem say sabeka the 400,000 liters of LOC eti dum so bia ni ho a ye be encounter but we say sabanfo enya light out ewo mo
Akwasi let us admit say energy issues no ye ntumi solve no one day me dey bia me kan me hwe say ye ma ye ho up to be by the end of the year na you stabilize because issues are ye beto ye no okay Akwasi let's be very honest. I always believe in that. Say obeba me constituency me ye project be conduct and say 3 months. Makache na nanom say to take 1 year because me mpesa 3 months no be do na bibi abom. But situation a ye beto ye no. For me,
situation ben
debt ne challenges ne
debt no 2.5 or 2.5
equipment
2.5 there be amount 40 for bisasas. When we are in opposition, we know the challenges. When we come to power, we continue to lament the challenges.
No, you don't lament. You are dealing with them and you are being honest with the people.
Which is the honesty.
Because
you can't say no. Who catch the Ghana for when you are vying for 2024 elections?
Exactly.
So the Ghana for share mu say enne. NDC aban and MPP aban ya ababa yen say. Challenge no catch the intelligence so the two about the man.
So Akwasi, who person aban
hello, good morning.
Deliver in 5 months.
Good morning.
5 months.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Osaka 1,000 cities.
Patanio.
Now they say they try.
Minister Ghana.
Okay. They told you quite day.
I'm going to just 2 people.
Bate. Here we go. What I say? Still better say. MP for Brokum West.
Yabaji a seat.
Champion director.
Yabaji a seat. Yabaji a seat. What? Yabaji. Now buy a cry energy as some more capra on propaganda. Where